Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. Take yourself, enjoy our time. It's the Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. It's the Seven Podcast Show. Take yourself, enjoy our time. It's the Seven Podcast Show. Seven Podcast Show. Shut up and scribble. Shut up and scribble. Shut up and scribble. Hey, that's good info. X always hits before YouTube. What do you mean, like a couple seconds before? Anyway, that's interesting, Troy. Hey, Brandon Gomez, what's up? Hey, why is it that I never figured out why is it that sometimes the posts are green from members and then sometimes they're just regular? What is that? What causes that? So the game's moving to Albany, spin as a cryptic Twitter message. I heard that rumor. I didn't even think about the games. Is that what it said? The games? I heard that there was a semifinal going to be in Albany. I don't know. Maybe during the show I can get some sort of verification or someone can share something with me. But I heard, I just heard that one of the semifinals was going to be in Albany. I don't know what the event's going to be. But if the games are in Albany, that would be awesome. That venue's amazing. If it's the same venue where they did the semifinals, the only problem with that venue, everything's great. Albany's great. At least it was 10 years ago. It's kind of like a tired, sleepy town that you could tell at one time was hustle and bustle, and now it's just kind of like tired and all the buildings are tired, but it's cool. It's easy to walk around in, cool little shops there, lots of affordable hotels. But it's dark there. The venue's dark. I mean, for filming. I mean, maybe you won't notice it as like a viewer if you're like in the audience, but for cameras, it's a little dark. I hope they double down on the lighting. When that happens, what happens is when it's dark, everything you're filming can get kind of grainy to compensate for it or get a little blurry. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
You're in the jungle.
I am.
What time is it?
9 a.m.
Oh, okay. So you're only 2 hours ahead.
Yeah. I think just a couple thousand miles away. My suspicion is the ocean annoying?
No, but that was kind of cool. It just came in for 1 second.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
I think we're as far from New York as we are LA.
Okay, like in a triangle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. How is it? Is that your first time there?
No,
I've never been there. No. Oh.
Yeah, it's my second or third. It's my last. It's great, but I check it off, you know?
Hey, so like, I know you recently flew into Morocco and you've flown into shitloads of cities. How is it flying into like that airport? Is it cool? Or is it, like Miami's got a little third world feel to it. Atlanta's just pure chaos. San Francisco's nice. It's a big airport, but it still feels small. What's it like flying in there?
No matter what country's customs I'm going through, even coming through our own,
yeah,
I feel like I'm smuggling heroin. I have an aversion and a reaction to authority. And then you couple that with the always to be expected rudeness.
Yeah.
The rudeness of the customs people in Morocco. I saw a Moroccan customs guy shove an old man because he wasn't moving his bag fast enough into the security thing. So I went to complain about it, and the guy told me, you need to just go home, go back to America. And I go, let me talk to your supervisor. He goes, I wouldn't do that. So I talked to the supervisor, and he goes, it's okay, just go home. It's as if no one gives a fuck. You know why it seems that way?
Because they don't.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Maggie says, it's wherever in the world. I go, U.S. Customs is different. British is bad. Canadian's bad. The best
Canada's horrible.
Horrible. Copenhagen was great. Denmark. Welcome to Copenhagen. You didn't have to pull anything out. You just walk.
Yeah. For me, it always depends on where I fly in the U.S. because Los Angeles is great for me because I'm Armenian and like I feel like half the customs people are Armenian. Miami's been a little weird.
I like San Francisco because no one's there.
Right.
Go, how are you this morning? Oh, I'm good. Okay, go ahead next. You know, like they don't ask you any questions. There's no. I had this whole customs form. I bought $30,000 worth of shit, and I was going to declare it all because I don't want to, you know, go through that.
Yeah.
Nor do I want to be dishonest. And I stood around. There was no one to give my form to. And I'm like, hey, who would I? They just keep moving, please, please. You know. And I'm like, okay, goodbye. Wow.
I don't remember where I landed once, but I went to customs and I didn't have the money to pay for customs to get through. It was some small country, as our president would affectionately refer to as a shithole country. Yeah. And they said, hey, we have an ATM over there. So I went to the ATM and then I came back. I'm like, hey, the ATM's out of order. They're like, all right, never mind. Just go through. I was like, all right, thanks.
What are you going to do? Give him a shoe?
Hey, Cole, maybe Greg should take his fucking laptop out of his bag. Jesus.
What does that
mean? Meaning you get bugged by customs because you didn't take your laptop.
No. This is coming in, not leaving. And they want my shit out. I take my shit out. I do everything they ask. And I also sign up for everything in the world. And so if you fly right, you'll rarely have to take your laptop or your shoes off, your belt off, and spread your cheeks. And
you mean like the clear and the pre-check and the first class? You get it all. Yeah.
I'd pay the one where you pay $50,000 and they just march you to the plane and you get to bring your heroin and whatever.
Yeah. That dude who made the comment, Cole's never even been out of the country or out of the state. So yeah, he's still on allowance from his mom.
Yeah, they don't make you take your laptop out coming home. Unless they're really up your ass, then they're gonna pop it open and look through it.
Hey, I got a little bit of a sad story for you that I'd like your insights into. So my dog's been acting weird for the last year. And I know we got our dogs from the same breeders. And it's been acting a little weird. And then about 6 months ago, she became sensitive to touch around her neck and Haley's like and her butt. And Haley's like, hey, man, these lymph nodes feel swollen. And then about a month ago, for like 2 nights straight, she was crying throughout the middle of the night. So we'd have to get up and pet her, and then she'd sleep all day and then cry all night. And then it went away. And then yesterday,
multiple myeloma.
Is that what that is?
I don't know, or lymphoma.
Did your dog have that? Did Rafa have that?
Yeah, she had a little tumor. They said it was nothing, cyst. They took it off, and then within weeks she was getting sicker every day and was dead 6 months later, a year later.
Yeah, so we have the same vet as you, and he came over and he said, hey, this is the same. I think this line that you and Greg got from is predisposed to that, genetically predisposed. I mean, the dog's young, dude. The dog's 6 or 7 years old. It's a beautiful dog. He said, hey, perfect weight. Dog looks perfect. But now she's
good.
She has 2 huge bumps under here. You can't see them, but you can feel them. I mean, like golf ball size.
Yeah.
And she's having trouble breathing at night. And yeah, I'm tripping a little bit. I mean, I know she's at her end. I just don't know what to do. I don't know whether to tell. I don't know when to tell the kids. I don't know what to do. I don't know if she's having, how much trouble should she have breathing at night before I put her down?
Yeah, Rafa
way to bring the mood down.
Still makes us all sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. So did Rafa start snoring really loud and have trouble breathing? Did hers get swollen around her neck?
No, but she would walk funny and had trouble getting up, and then you could make it all go away by saying, let's go to the beach. And
yeah. So she went through a phase where she was having a lot of trouble walking. Now she's walking fine. She's not doing any of the limping. but something's going on with the breathing at night. It's crazy.
Sad.
Standy, I
I'm
don't
sorry.
do these kind of stories. Yeah, it's crazy, right? My wife keeps saying to me, "Why aren't you sad? Why aren't you sad?" But I think when the dog dies, I'll probably come unhinged a little bit, for an hour. You know what I mean? Just like cry so much snot comes out of my nose and then it'll go away. I guess I'm in denial.
I can't even tell my story. It make me bum me out.
Is that why you put the sunglasses on?
No, it's bright. But now I can tell the story. She was on her way to get put down and having trouble kind of standing up, and looked out the window and saw the beach and started whining. So they took her out and helped her out and let her play in the sand before they took her.
Oh, geez.
When you have a 165-pound dog at the point that they're incontinent and crying, it's time to do the Canadian thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Okay, well, what else we got on the schedule today?
I'm well. Here, let me add a little bit more. I'm supposed to go away for 3 weeks, and I can't leave her with someone when she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like, hey, she's snoring, so I put her down.
I know.
I'm just like, I told my wife that yesterday. I'm like, what if we put her down? And then they're like, oh no, she just was snoring. Anyway, it is what it is. I did like Haley. I've been asking for a new dog for a long time. I wanted to get one of those dogs you pointed me out to, a Pyrenees Doodle.
Yeah.
And Haley's like, stop talking about new dogs. But yesterday she's like, what about a Rhodesian Ridgeback? And I'm like, no, but I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
I don't really like Rhodesian Ridgebacks. They remind me of Dalmatians. I don't trust them, or Dobermans. I mean, I like them like when other people have them. They're beautiful. Those are just 3 breeds I'm a little weary about. I wish I could have a Doberman.
I'm increasingly of the view that you're remiss to not have a formidable dog in your house.
Yeah, I absolutely loved Kahlo. To tell you the truth, I would get another one.
Yeah.
The Borbal was absolute. This is the most amazing dog. This is better than the Dane.
She's a great beast. Great beast.
And still follows the kids all day. Stays with the kids all day.
She's one of them.
Yeah. She just hangs out with the kids. Wherever they go, she goes and just lays around and hangs out with them and fucks with them. You know what I mean? Grabs their arm, pulls them to the ground, steps on their toys.
Yeah.
Get a mutt from the pound. No, way too bougie for that. Nice try though, Cole. I did that before. Thoughts on the drones? We had Eli Crane on yesterday morning. I want to lay out 2 things to you, and then give it to you. On one end, I'm totally okay with the thought that the public is absolutely batshit crazy. You know what I mean? And we know New Jersey airspace is just absolutely insane, right? If you look out the window from New York towards Jersey at night, there's just planes everywhere and helicopters 24 hours a day. But we also had a cop call into this show, Greg, where he said that him and his wife told a story where 2 nights in a row there were big drones flying over their house. And this is like something that they've never seen before. Big drones, like the size of cars.
While this is going on, and maybe it's all a distraction, but in the midst of all of this, someone was flying a drone over Vandenberg Air Force Base, and we launch ICBMs through there. I don't know if you know or not.
Yep, this is Southern California by Santa Barbara.
Yeah, in Santa Barbara County on the peninsula there, Lompaki.
That's one of Elon's favorite launch spots, I think.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff gets tested there, launched from there, but we do have a pretty like there's a bowling alley called Nuclear Bowl or some fucking thing, right? They make commercial use of the underlying reality, but it's a hugely sensitive area. I know Dave has done, or maybe it was Eddie, but has done attempts to penetrate on foot, get to the silo caps, and just to test the sensing equipment and all that in the response, including the hybrid poison oak they developed for that area. And but anyways, Chinese national flew a drone over there for a couple hours, and they got on his tail and followed him back and grabbed him trying to board a flight at LAX for China. Now, that doesn't need explaining to me. I got a Chinese national flying a drone over Vandenberg. I know what's going on. In the broader picture with all of these, it's either hysteria, absolutely nothing, or it's a worst case scenario. And I don't have any sense of which of those it is. But it's like flipped a coin and it comes up heads, I'm going to shoot you, and it comes up tails, I'm going to give you a cheeseburger. We're kind of in that position, for me.
Scott Kirby has come on the news twice that I've seen, and one of the times, one of the times he says, John Kirby, and one of the times he said, it's nothing, and then the second time he said there's no unusual activity, and then the second time he came on, he said, hey, we've investigated all of the sightings except the FBI is working on the last 100, and we still haven't found anything. And he even said that the Coast Guard boat, 47-foot Coast Guard boat that claimed it was followed by 12 drones, that those were just planes in a line flying into the airport. I'm having so much trouble believing that a Coast Guard captain would confuse drones with airplanes flying in.
Yeah, especially a boat just covered in radar. I don't, when anyone in the Biden administration speaks, I'm not directly getting any information. If I am, it's obliquely. Like I say, oh, that's probably a lie. That is what's going on.
Right.
You watching this January 6th thing, involute?
Yeah, I saw the video footage yesterday. Maybe I even have it, of them releasing one of the FBI agents that they arrested inside the Capitol building. Is that what you're referencing? Things like that?
What's his name's report? What is it? Loud?
Oh, Crowder?
No.
This is this is inside the Capitol building on January 6th, and it's it's one of the Fed informants is being uncuffed by Capitol Police and then fist bumped by another officer in the hallway, away from everyone.
Yeah, of course. There were 29 informants there.
That they're saying, so meaning that there were really 60.
Okay. Two things here I want to show you. Where should I put it? In the text?
You can, if you send it to text, it's easy for me to pull up. Eaton Beaver, good morning. Joe Westerland, good morning. There's nothing better than a formidable beast who loves your children fiercely. Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
First of all, the cop that shot Ashley Babbitt is some kind of corrupt piece of shit getting paid on the side by someone. They said, the news media said it was the first time he'd fired his weapon in 28 years on duty. That's true, but he fired it feloniously at a vehicle he said was coming at him in his neighborhood. His own police department said, no, it was fleeing him when he shot at it. So he's a raging fucking felon. Start with that. And then the other one, he was
recommended for termination, Michael Bird, in 2001 for abandoning his post in the speaker's office for a card game in a nearby cloakroom. When confronted with the allegations, he lied to internal affairs investigators. The Blaze reported the 2001 incident was the first known case against Bird, who shot and killed Babbitt in the area of the speaker's lobby, even though she did not pose an immediate threat. I think she did pose a threat.
I do too.
You know what I mean? She had a.
But I want to know why he was paid $36,000 immediately after by an unnamed source for an unknown reason. That's in that.
Oh shit!
But Chairman Loudermilk releases the second January 6, 2021 report, and in there the committee is recommending felony prosecution of Liz Cheney.
Oh yeah. Let's get to that in 1 second. This is good. For example, in 2021, Bird received $36,000 unrestricted funds as a retention bonus, with other USCP officers received only $3,000 each. Moreover, he was reimbursed by over $21,000 in security upgrades for his personal Prince George County residence. Oh, that's bizarre.
Yeah, not really. It's a payoff. We know everything except what. For what? I have a sneaky feeling.
Wow. I
Hey,
don't
I
understand
can
how
start
we
if
don't. Yeah, go
you
ahead.
let me put 29 paid people at any protest, and I can cause a riot. So the FBI admits they told 3 to go,
Yeah,
but 26 of them were also there. I promise you, they're saying that the other 3 told them to show up.
right, right. Let me play this. This is Michael Bird shooting Ashley Babbitt. Oh, I feel like I've seen another angle. Oh, he shot her while other police were standing next to her with guns?
With long guns.
Oh, yeah, then that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. I thought
Well, he would argue he didn't know they were there. He was seeing something different on the other side.
I mean, they're standing right next to her. What I thought happened was that she was trying to climb through a window and she had a backpack on, into where the senators and congressmen and women were hiding. This is crazier than I thought.
Was the window not even broken? When he
It
shot
looks like it shattered. He's standing inside a door. Looks like he's got gloves on. And then he shoots. Oh man, that video footage doesn't even show her going through the window. Wow, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's not even a riot situation if there's cops there with her. Wow. I might have to reevaluate that. I do blame the whole January 6th thing on the Capitol security. I said it a million times. I don't know how DC doesn't own 100 water trucks, and anytime someone gets close to the Capitol, they come out in a line and just wash people down Pennsylvania Avenue. I have no issue with that at all.
You got to read the Loudermilk release. Every effort was made to allow this to happen, and simultaneously sending instigators. No, this was Jimmy Waddell told me I shouldn't even said that, but I'm not even going to finish the sentence. I kind of blew it.
All right, I gotcha. Former Representative Liz Cheney colluded with star witness Cassie Hutchinson without Hutchinson's attorney knowledge. This is the story. The rough idea of this story is that she had attorneys. She worked for Trump, right? This lady Cassie Hutchinson, and she had attorneys. And Liz Cheney contacted her and said, "Get rid of those attorneys. I'll pay for your attorneys." And then her whole story changed when she got
correct.
Okay.
Correct. And now her testimony. It turns out that everything she said was false.
Cassidy Hutchinson's most outrageous claims lacked any evidence, and Select Committee had knowledge that her claims were false when they publicly promoted her. President Trump did not attack his Secret Service detail at any time on January 6th. Wow, she said he attacked his Secret Service agents?
Yeah, he started hitting the guy because he wouldn't take him to the riot.
President Trump did not have intelligence indicating violence on the morning of Jan 6. Cassidy Hutchinson falsely claimed to have drafted a handwritten note for President Trump on January 6. Representative Cheney and Cassie Hutchinson basically attempted to disbar Hutchinson's former attorney. Wow. That's wild. That doesn't sound anything like something Trump would do. Hit one of his security guards.
Of course he didn't. And so what if he did? What is he going to beat them up?
Man. Wow.
This is January 6th is as real as Russian collusion.
And the Biden laptop.
Yep.
Man, oh man. Will he pardon? Will Biden pardon Liz Cheney?
Oh, I hope not. I don't know if they'll charge her, but I would like to see that.
Me too. So there were a mind-boggling 26 FBI informants who went to see the president. 29 FBI informants who went to see the president speak with crowds of 53,000 people in D.C., where the FBI is headquartered, and they were the ones who started it. Oh, meaning maybe they were just there to.
One of the informants in San Diego was there, clearly, go, go, go. He was cheerleading for the thing hard, and he never got arrested. And that's kind of what started a lot of the suspicion. Why not this guy? And then they got his name. The internet sleuths go, yeah, we know who he is. He's a student in San Diego, and he's got nothing to say, won't talk to anyone, and he never got charged. Well, it turns out he was an FBI informant, and from what I saw, he was clearly not there witnessing anything but inciting a riot.
Wow, Ray Epps is an FBI informant? I remember he didn't. Yes. Oh, this guy. Yeah, this was crazy. What's crazy is how quick the crowd realized he was an informant because he was telling them to enter the building. Wow.
Never charged. None of the 29. It was 29. 3 were told to go, and 26 went. And everyone's, well, it's only 3. I was like, I could easily issue company-wide orders by telling 3 people what my intent was. And then 350 people would find out within hours. You don't call everyone, every fucking person. That's stupid.
Let me play this real quick. Here they're saying Ray Epps was charged. Let me see this. What this says. This is
They charged him afterwards, saying, "Why aren't you charging this guy?"
Man from Arizona has now been sentenced to probation for his role in the January 6th insurrection. Ray Epps pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor. He must complete 100 hours of community service. Forced into hiding when right-wing conspiracy theorists accused him of being an undercover agent. He's filed a defamation suit against Fox News for spreading that rumor.
Okay, stop. These guys, listen, Ray got up there and emphatically, with a bunch of feigned emotion and anger, it is true, there were no undercover agents there. No, they were informants.
Right.
And of course, you do your dirty work with some half-wit, like the Michigan case with the assault on the governor. They were getting informants to do illegal shit.
And it's very interesting. Other people have been. By the way, isn't that funny? That's the best riot footage they have, and it's still not riot footage. It's just 2-second clips of like 1 or 2 men having encounters with cops.
Someone showed me the press photos of the riot.
Yeah.
And then a mutual friend of ours showed me a wide angle view, and the crowd was restrained by a velvet rope on stanchions. And it was Capitol Police that sent it to him. The rank and file at DOJ, they know.
Yeah.
ATF, they know. The Capitol Police, they know. DEA, they know. Homeland Security, they know.
The 23rd precinct that burnt down in Minneapolis, in that book that Liz Collins writes, they built a fence around the police station to keep the rioters out. And then they told the cops, hey, what's going to happen is they're going to come in through the front and you're going to leave through the back. They left the gates in the front open, and they have video footage of this. You can see it, so that the rioters could come in and burn down the police station. And then they lock the gates in the back. So when the cops tried to escape out the back of the police station, they show you all this video in the movie too. The cops can't get out. So the rioters are coming in, lighting the police station on fire, and there's a SWAT team in there. There's 50 cops in there, and they can't get out. So they use a cop car to break the fence. And then they were told by the mayor that there would be a bus there that they could all get into. But the bus wasn't there. So then you see the rioters chasing the cops down the street. It's insane. Imagine leaving the front gate open, but locking the back.
I'm not confused by any of it.
When they told them to, when the mayor told them, hey, you're going to have to vacate that police station, the captain in charge there said, hey, this is our armory for the entire fucking police department. All the police stations come here for all their ammo. All the ammo's here. And he's like, well, then get it out.
Did they leave it?
No, they got it out. And another crazy thing in the book, Greg, is a week before that happened, or they had asked for more rubber bullets. They said they had 8 rubber bullets left. 8. And they were never given rubber bullets. More rubber bullets. They didn't have any way to do anything to the crowd.
I like the way you say bullet.
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 Bullets. Yeah, it's crazy.
I've been slow to like, I thought the whole deep state shit was nonsense, and that Hunter Biden's laptop proved that to be as real can be. The collusion thing made sense to me. I could see Trump having prostitutes pee on him. He seemed like that kind of guy to me, you know?
Right.
But it was all just made up bullshit.
Yeah.
They violated our Constitution, his rights and America's rights. They interfered with an election, accused him of interfering with an election. The name for that is projection. And so anything you hear the right or anyone doing, and like, for instance, the far right rioted. No, this is an FBI riot. Someone needs to explain why this fucker got $36,000 that shot Babbitt. I suspect it's all the heat he's going to be under. This is hush money. Because all he'd say, they told me to be there and make it worse, you know?
Yeah, or the only thing I could think of to defend him would be like, hey, someone who gave him his seniors gave him that money for legal reasons. They knew, hey, you're going to need this money for lawyers.
They would pay for the lawyers themselves. The department would pay them.
Right.
Unless he was indefensible.
Doesn't seem like a very good payout to keep quiet.
It's the amount of money that people take to do horrific things is always shockingly low. I remember when that U.S. senator, they found $10,000 in foil in his freezer, and he goes to prison and he's lost a career for $10,000 fucking dollars.
Yep. Hey, I was listening to a pod.
Scumbaggery is cheap, Sevi. Scumbaggery is cheap.
Yeah.
You can get a $50 hitman all day long.
Yeah. My friend produced the January 6th hearings. Her boss was the former head of ABC News. Everything Liz Cheney did was scripted.
Of course.
When I had Eli Crane on, he's the congressman from Arizona, and I watched his. I don't know what district. I don't know. I'll look though. And before he came on the podcast, I watched him on another podcast that this gentleman named Sean Ryan does, and the shit that he was saying. Basically, he said the swamp is so deep. It's things like this. You get something passed in the House, and then it goes up to the Senate, and and Schumer doesn't even look at what to bring up. He takes direction from his staff. So if the staff doesn't like a bill, the non-elected people, they won't bring it up. And he said the only thing basically my takeaway from the podcast is whole departments have to be removed. Nothing can be fixed because the swamp is so deep. You know what I mean? It's like bamboo. The roots just have to be pulled up. There's no saving it, right? It just has to be ripped out, and all those people have to be made unemployed, and they all have to leave. And there was one more takeaway, but it's really, really bad. It's like worse than we could ever imagine. It was actually depressing having him on a little bit. He knew nothing about the drones. They can't get any information. The deep state is so deep that even the drone stuff, like that might be just so many levels deep inside of the bureaucracy that the politicians have no access to that information. That's why all that shit has to just be removed. It concerns me that the liberals who are jumping on board with the Doge thing, they think things can be fixed. Like Bernie Sanders wants to tax Coca-Cola more because they make too much money. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Just more of the same.
Yep.
How about just put them out of business for interfering with the FDA or the CDC?
Crazy.
Yeah, I saw there's a lady from Washington State, Patty Murray. I should actually play you this clip if I have it. She's a senator, and she's just been attacking RFK like crazy, calling him like a fanatic and a nut job and an anti-vaxxer. and someone looked where all her funding is coming from, all her donations. She raised like $32 million in campaign funds, millions coming from Pharma.
Jason Fung told me that CNN hadn't reported an adverse drug reaction in 13 years.
Wow.
Pharma is half of CNN and Fox's revenue.
Yeah, I saw someone coming after Fox the other day for not reporting some Pharma shit.
Can't. No one's going to.
Hey, is that why commercials shouldn't be allowed on TV? Is that I never understood why people wanted that. I always hated that idea, but is that why?
Well, it would be the rationale for not letting Pharma advertise on TV. They can't in Europe.
Where does that stop though? Why couldn't you say that about everything? Why couldn't you be like, okay, the NFL can't put shows on TV and make money for news organizations because then they won't report on CTE? Like, where does that?
Because there's absolutely nothing even slightly important about the NFL or Taylor Swift
relative to 60% of the U.S. public being on
relative to things that are important.
Right.
Put a public service announcement up. Tell people, hey, don't eat sugar; it's killing you. Try that. You're not gonna see that either. So we're gonna get highlights of NFL games and Taylor Swift promos. You know.
Andrew Farmer, Pharma advertises on TV here in New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand's a big medical country. You know, New Zealand, they did something interesting during COVID. They had one of the fastest vaccine programs ever, vaccinating the largest amount of the public, but they gave all their first responders exemptions. If that's not a red flag. All of them, all the cops, ER docs, everyone got exemptions.
They didn't want them quitting in mass.
Oh, I thought it was dying in mass.
No, they'll quit.
Right.
Hey, our friend Michelle went from told if she didn't get vaccinated, she'd have to give consider a 2-week notice. So she did. And before she could clear out her locker while still on duty, they told her, come back. You don't have to get it. And then 2 weeks after that, the instructions were, if you have an active COVID infection, you still have to come to work. You just have to wear a mask and eat by yourself. So help me God. This is at UC San Diego. So we're going to fire you for getting a vaccine. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's a mistake. Still come. And then, hey, even if you got COVID, you still have to come to work, but you do have to wear a mask. And you have to eat lunch by yourself. I saw the instructions.
We had someone call into the show
Here's
back.
What happened. They left in droves, and then they started making $10,000 a week just traveling around in your community as a visiting nurse. So you without even leaving home, you could post up at a hospital 3 miles down the road from yours, work for 5 to 10 weeks, and then go to the next one and make $500,000. And you weigh that against, so that the hospitals realize quickly, this is awfully dramatic, and we're certainly supporting the CDC, but we'll go broke in the meantime with being understaffed. Imagine going from you have to be vaccinated against COVID to come to work with it. It's not an excuse. In a month's time. And let me tell you something. The idea of people dying in the hallways, that a hospital not liking that, get fucking real. That's like Pat's fucking steaks in Philadelphia not wanting to line a mile long to get a cheesesteak. Nothing's better for a hospital than people dying in a hallway.
And why is that?
Because empty beds will make you broke.
Oh, right.
It's a business, Savvy. More customers. Who cares about their fucking health?
We had a nurse, Greg, similar story, call into the show where she was told to take the vaccine. She refused. She got fired and then was brought back immediately as a contractor with double the pay. It's
very similar to Michelle's story.
Yeah. That's wild. Broken science. I have a government doc that shows 5.3 billion U.S. government payout for vaccine injuries. We'll be up on our investigation section by the end of the week.
Good.
Oh, wow. I wonder what the timeline is on that. Ken Walters, I got fired only one that denied the jab. I reported directly to the CEO. Wow. You're the only one. Good job. You must be so happy you did that.
I'm going to move out of the sun here.
Same at the UC Davis. I tested positive, but instead of being sent home, management wanted me to finish my shift.
Hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? Everyone in the hospital gets COVID and dies, and you get new patients. That's all okay. That's the money factory. It's not the wellness farm.
I made a fortune as a nurse in Northern California during COVID.
Yep. Michelle ran into a foul of things when she said she wasn't going to participate in any more gender affirming healthcare, also known as gender mutilation, sex organ mutilation.
Yeah.
Hey, we complain about Arabs clitorectomizing chicks and have strict prohibitions about it, but surgeons can get rich lopping off penises.
Right. And chopping off titties.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I found this Instagram account last week of this girl who like every picture of her is topless on her Instagram because she had her breasts deflated. You know what I mean? So that she would look like a guy. Yeah. So the message to women is if you deflate your tits, you can now show them.
In my news feed, I'm seeing there's a competition among celebrities on red carpets to see who can have the nudist,
Outfit.
Show your titties and you're a superstar. And if you're bold enough, let's see a lip slip. That's big shit right now. And they brag about it, like, oh man, she's got nice boobs. And these are chicks writing this shit. It's like, if a male did that, it's something perverted and wrong. But a female reporter can do it in the fashion section of the New York Times, and it's somehow cool.
You mean if like you had a little helmet slip, or if you were sitting in a chair and someone could see your balls?
No, I'm talking about on the red carpet. There's a competition going on basically to see who can reveal the most flesh through these sheer dresses.
But what do you mean? You said if a male?
No, if a male
reported on it,
compliment the girl. If a male was to say,
yes,
wow, she's beautiful. Look at this. They go, you pervert. You're just
misogynist. Misogynist.
Yeah. You hate women, or otherwise you wouldn't say anything about their breasts showing through. Yeah. But now it's high fashion.
I remember the traveling nurse thing got so bad that I remember new nursing grads at some hospitals near me got $30,000 signing bonuses. That's how much it was killing hospitals. Heidi, Kanye's girl is the best. Yeah, I agree. She's absolutely marvelous. Well said.
Fine creature.
Yeah. Ken Walters, yes, Sevy. At first, I was terrified losing that job, but I couldn't be happier with my decision. And I yet to have the video that I know of, and yet to have the vid that I know. Oh, and you haven't had COVID. Gotcha. And yet to have COVID. Wow, these are amazing stories. I had to write a one-page essay to justify why I didn't want it. Fortunately, it got accepted, and I kept my job, civil engineering, nothing medically related.
I don't understand. How did he justify he didn't want it with nothing medical? I don't. Oh, the job.
Heidi said, "Oh, I love Kanye's girlfriend's dresses too." Oh, that's cool. I love them too, Heidi. That's awesome. That's really cool. Brian Clark, I had to get a religious exemption. Barry McCockner, I had to get a religious exemption.
I need to find a religion that allows me to have exemptions.
I wonder how many people became religious.
Hey, Tom Krubach from the RRG wanted me to talk about Netflix, and there's people asking the RRG for coverage on that, but I think these conversations scared them off. But I want to take it just a second, if I can. Can I? It's a big
please.
shift.
No. Yeah. Gear shift. Yeah. Let's do it.
Look, here's the underlying reality of what happens in a CrossFit gym and health. The experienced affiliate has seen and knows firsthand, empirically, though he may not express it so succinctly, but the Western medicine's well accepted universal parameterization of health metrics has a bunch of factors, components, variables, blood pressure, triglycerides, body fat, on and on, A1C, on and on and on. And they're treated as though they were independent variables, and they are manipulated in the hopes of producing a health outcome. And each of these variables is either sufficient for diagnosis of chronic disease, known to be a harbinger or predictor of chronic disease, or is a cause of chronic disease, or, and very often all three, sign, predictor, and causal of chronic disease like blood pressure. But when we treat these independently, we're denying the underlying reality, which is that they are, in fact, the dependent variables of lifestyle choices. And to attempt to create health in an organism by working these dependent variables as though they were independent has all the effect and charm of hammering on the speedometer of a runaway train to stop its impending doom. It does not work, but it's hugely profitable. And you can run an affiliate and have very little awareness of that. In fact, it's surprising to see that awareness in a 1, 2, 3, 4-year affiliate, but the 10-year affiliates all know it. And what we're providing at MetFix is the understanding, the rationale, the language, the underlying mechanisms, and support for those realize that there's a lot more than fitness going on in the box. And the notion that this is competition to what's happening at the L1 or in the CrossFit community is absolutely absurd. It's no more competition than it is when you get your degree in biology from University of Utah and then get accepted at Johns Hopkins Medical School. You don't have to denounce the biology you learned. You're not in competition with what you learned in biology at Utah State. You're just taking it to the next level. And this is important to do because the mothership has no interest in it, has made that perfectly clear. And I understand the financial imperatives that make that so. I never went down this road of these affiliates sit in unique possession of the world's most vexing problem because it was profitable for me. I knew it would bring me trouble. It did bring me trouble. I don't know of anyone that spoke in honesty on chronic disease anywhere that's got any kind of audience that hasn't all of a found the New York Times up their ass calling them horrible things. So that's just, we all know that's what happens. And I'm fortunately in a position, again, where I can do things because they're the right thing to do. And I don't have anyone standing over me telling, hey, the New York Times is going to write bad shit about you. They just did again last week. But I'm going to do it anyways. And maybe the more they do that kind of thing, the more adamant I'm going to be about this. But the MetFix affiliation is the graduate level CrossFit covering, hi buddy, covering some cute little boy, covering some critical turf that has been abdicated completely by CF Inc. And I don't fault them for it. If they can just not dilute the method of the push press, of the deadlift, if they can continue to talk about constantly varied functional movement, if they can stay true to the fundamental theorem of CrossFit, and that is that constantly varied high-intensity functional movement increases work capacity across broad time and modal domains, we can take the part they can't touch. And that is that your health metrics and your health are governed by lifestyle choices, not the parameterization of diagnostic medicine.
Greg, the train analogy you gave, you're basically saying you're in a runaway train and you think you're going to stop it by breaking the glass and using your finger to pull back the speedometer, and it's like, dude, that
That's
has
right.
nothing to, that's just that has
The
nothing to
conductor
do.
goes, oh my God, we're gonna die! It's going 120, and someone takes out a hammer and hits the speedometer and puts it back to the speed you want.
And
That's
because now
exactly what it
the
is.
speedometer
not in
says,
every case, not in
Right.
every case. If you got malignant hypertension and you refuse to, let me give you a simple. If you got malignant hypertension, you refuse to do anything about it in terms of the causes of that, then yes, take the antihypertensive. If you have a sodium retention problem due to your hyperglycemia, and your inability to clear sodium because of aldosterone being inhibited by insulin at the kidney level, and you said, I am not going to lower my blood sugar, what should I do? And I go, well, I guess I'd lower my salt intake. If you go, that's what's causing it, an elevated blood sugar, and you go, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to quit eating I'm going to lower my blood sugar. What I'm going to tell you is you better be careful because you're going to have to salt your food. That's not that complicated. It's just complicated enough to be impossible for doctors, public health officials, and the CDC. But not for a trainer with a brain.
and that's what I was going to ask you after. Can you give an example of independent versus dependent variables? And that was the example.
I give you one that that taking antihypertensives to lower your blood pressure is fraught with iatrogenic consequences. There's problems, side effects. What we get when we go at the root cause, we get a better cure, a better solution, more efficacious. And instead of the specter of side effect, what we get is side benefit, which you rarely get from a drug. It's the miracle drug, like Viagra was an antihypertensive that had this side effect of creating abnormally large and long-lasting erections. And so its primary effect was ignored. Those are miracles. That's like the positive mutation. You don't see a lot of that. They're memorable when they occur. But with most medications, especially in combination, most attempts at treating a chronic disease symptomatically are fraught with ineffectual iatrogenic illness and at best kind of a sustained state. We ended up with 26 million people with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease due to pharmaceutical intervention that would have been dead just 15 years prior to that. No one ever got chronic COPD that bad as people had it now. And then COVID came along and they all got wiped out. With COPD, your survival rate 5 days on a ventilator is it's like 5 to 10%. Every time you open a ventilator when someone's COPD and put them on it, you know it's going to kill them. You also know the hospital just got $40,000 for you ripping the bag.
Going back to the train thing, also that's people not believing their lying eyes, right? So basically, you pull the speedometer back to 0, the train's still doing 120, but you're believing your doctor is like, nope, it's cool, it says 0, we're good. But you can look out the window and be like, oh shit. But people don't do that.
Look at cancer treatment in mass. The closer you get, the more you look at it, the worse it looks. It will be seen someday as a barbarism.
How about when we saw Seyfried speak at the Broken Science event you had at Emily Kaplan's house? Seyfried said something that kind of blew me out of that he doesn't even view. He said something about stage 4 cancer. Like in his model, there's not even a stage 4 cancer. Do you remember that part?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, look at what he's doing. And in disclaimer, I fund I fund most of it. It's not most of it in terms of the amount he's gotten, but he never asks for funds that I don't pony up and get my name put on them. I don't do that thinking it's going to do me any good. I do it because it's the right thing to do. Right. And in fact, I know it puts me on a hit list.
To be in a relationship with someone who's doing something that could undermine Pharma's multi-trillion-dollar industry.
Sure. When I spoke at Boston University at Tom's behalf to the broader life sciences there, the hostility was overwhelming. And I was shocked by it. It was laughable. And I got into some pretty good debates. We have it on video. But I stood up there slugging it out with really a room full of fucking idiots. And afterwards, Thomas was laughing really hard. And the guy that invited me is a CrossFitter, and he says, and he's director of research at Boston U, and he said that the thing he spends the most time at Boston University is protecting Thomas Seyfried from pharma interests embedded in the other faculty at the university. So as soon as hey, Tom Seyfried has his friend here to talk about chronic disease, I mean, I couldn't even get started when hands are going up calling bullshit. Like, I haven't even said anything yet, man.
Yeah.
They both thought it was funny, and then that made it funny for me. But
Right.
Tom's like, see, and in his pirate voice, arr,
Yeah.
arr, 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 arr. That's what I live with.
I'm so surprised that Seyfried hasn't been paraded around. That he's not like a TikTok or Instagram famous with all of the great things he said. I'm surprised that
would not let him survive.
I just can't believe. I mean, you have so many pop doctors doing the podcast circuit, and I'm just shocked that Thomas Seyfried hasn't got on that circuit. Not that he's a pop doctor, but he says things that are so easy to comprehend. Like, he can express it like the same way you can express it, and I just can't believe that no one sunk their teeth into him and been like, okay, I'm gonna prop this guy. I mean, it's such good stuff. It's amazing stuff.
You know, a pattern has emerged, and when I find a researcher of the top caliber, someone who's really making a difference with a deep and sophisticated understanding of disease, even where that's not required, let's say a Seyfried or a Gautier or a Tim Noakes, when you talk to them and ask them questions, they're fraught with things like, that's a good question. I've wondered that myself. And, that's nobody really knows, or here's what I think's going on, but it could be this or that. And then the others, from the Hubermans to the Rob Wolfs, blink, 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 push the glasses up and just keep jabbering away. They fucking just won't stop talking. They know the answer to your question before you fucking give it. Before you give the question, they can answer it.
Yeah.
Intelligence doesn't look like that. So when we find out that his salt has lead in it, well, of course it does. The whole thing's a fraud. The whole thing's a fucking front. Always has been. There's a bunch of those guys. Those are all the celebrity guys with podcasts in medicine. Most all of them are complete bullshit. Sure of everything. That's not what science looks like. That's not what intelligence looks like. For intelligent people, the more you learn, you feel like the less you know. And you're actually excited and eager to share where it is that these are some gray areas, and these are good questions.
Olivia, I refuse chemo. My naturopath oncologist has me on fenbendazole and other therapies.
Yep. It's a glutamine inhibitor. In regular use, in veterinary use, but not in humans.
Last week, I went down to the butcher and I got like a $2,000 card for
Correct
like
me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the glutamine inhibitor.
Is that what it is, Olivia? I've been really strict. I've just been eating ribeyes now for 5 or 6 days, and maybe 7 days. I don't know. And persimmons from my backyard off the tree, with no measurement, nothing. Like, I could eat as much as I want, right? And just going nuts. This morning, when I started, I weighed 170. This morning, I woke up, I weighed 162. It's just like falling off of me, with no ill effects. It's kind of crazy. No, no weakness, no tiredness. I didn't go through any withdrawals, nothing. It's cool. I'm so glad I found that. I mean, what I heard the other day is that the vegan diet, someone goes, if you start looking into lifestyle health, it always points you towards the vegan diet. And I had never thought about that before. The lifestyle health that's available to the public is vegan health. Persimmons sound so gay. They're pretty gay, but I'm still railing away.
All fruit's gay. Yeah. I'd explain yesterday that chicken is a CrossFit vegetable.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Say it again.
Chicken is a CrossFit vegetable.
Right. Hey, listen, I only put the banana in my face. I've resisted all temptation. How's the pooping? Most solid poops ever. What was weird though is one night I did go to bed with a little bit of a stomach ache, and it was because I needed to drop a deuce, and I can't ever remember that happening to me in my whole life. But they're coming out like rocks. You know what I mean? They're just coming out like boulders. All right, poop's not Greg's favorite subject, so let's move on.
That and Donald Trump was where Stern first would intermittently lose me. I can only handle so much fart, man. And okay, I'm going to go back to lithium or something else. And then he'd have Trump on, and that would chase me away too. And then he became a hiding under the bed, shaking over COVID, and thinking anyone that didn't wear a mask needed to be rounded up and sent to COVID Schwitz. I was done. Like, I felt unethical listening to that guy.
And now you like Trump. And now you like Trump. I think you've turned the corner. I think you've turned the corner.
Three things I like about him. One is, you can only hate someone because they're a New Yorker and a braggart and have that fucking New York personality that's so highly offensive. You can only resist that so long until pretty soon Bernie with the unbuttoned shirt and the gold chain is talking the best. Everything's in fucking New York. You eventually see past that and can learn to like the guys. That was the first thing. The second one is what he was put through. It became just untenable to not support him, because if not him, us, me. And the third thing, he sends the half-witted left, which is that's an oxymoron, but it sends the left, half-witted as they all are, it sends them into apoplectic fits of fucking rage, and I enjoy that highly. So that's probably maybe one of my favorite things about Trump. So I'm a big fan right now.
So the first thing is you found humor in his character instead of you've reframed his character.
I can only hate my Uncle Bernie for so long because he's a loudmouth, lying braggart.
And
pretty
now
soon
you find
you love him, you can do that.
Yeah, and then the second thing is you admired his strength. He lifted
what
three.
they put him through. They shit all over the Constitution. They interfered with an election to charge him with election interference. Lied to a fucking judge. They manufactured a riot to blame on him. When he asked for reinforcements from the Capitol Police and the National Guard, they got turned down because that was part of the plan.
And then the third thing,
all of that makes it a moral imperative. And the third is the apoplectic juvenile rage, the frenzy that he creates amongst the left. I want as much for that as we possibly can. Before we start shooting him, I'd like him to be really, really, really unhappy. I try that first. We're fighting off a Marxist revolution, and I would prefer it didn't come to shooting. But if it does, I'm going to be on the side with all the guns and the brains.
Sevon, give your dog fenbendazole.
Yeah. Yeah, let's run Kala through Seyfried's protocol, and then I'll try it when I get the big C.
Fenbendazole. Can you buy that online?
At North 40 in Idaho, they had 5-gallon buckets of ivermectin.
Wow.
Not for human use.
Hey, I found it's a dewormer. Fenbendazole is a dewormer?
Yes, it is. But like ivermectin is anti-parasitic too. Someone correct me. I haven't studied the Seyfried protocol in detail. I've not. But I do know this. When Seyfried sent me his protocol, Google intercepted it.
No shit.
Oh, yeah.
How do you, through email?
I got a notice that you received some dangerous health information. If you want to see it anyways, click here.
Wow. Hey, can you give the stuff that's for goats to dogs?
Ask Emily or Bob someone. Hit up which of the compounds is the glutamine inhibitor? That's a huge breakthrough. And I think it's that one.
I wonder if it matters if it's for goats or humans or I wonder if there's. I'm guessing it's all the same shit. They have one. They say one here that it's a canine dewormer.
I put in fenbendazole and a G, and I get glutamine inhibitor.
What were the 2 words you put in?
I put in fenbendazole and then typed a G to see if it was a glutamine inhibitor, and it pops up glutamine inhibitor. So yeah, that's it. It's the glutamine inhibitor.
I feel like there's 2
things cancer cells eat. It's glucose and glutamine. And if it was only glucose, man, we would have this thing licked forever ago. It's the glutamine because it's essential. Fuck it all, and it's vital.
Part of me thinks that
it intermittently.
Here's my thinking. My thinking is that if I were to get it and give that to my dog, I shouldn't get the stuff that's for dogs because it might not be tested and is pure, and I should get the stuff that's for humans.
I think this stuff everyone's taking is for dogs. Animals. I don't think you have an option.
I mean, look at all this stuff. When you go to look at this on Amazon. Look at this on Amazon. I mean, they got tons of it. Right? I mean, look at all the choices you have. You got a dewormer for cows, dewormers for goats. They got it for humans.
Glutamine inhibition is, I think, a side effect of this drug, like the erections with the Cialis or Viagra.
Which one would you get? Would you get the stuff that's for dogs?
I'd probably get the Cialis. I wouldn't. I don't think there's a difference.
You don't?
No, I don't think that the antibiotics that your vet gives you are anything different. Now, how many times have I had to go to the CVS to get something? Typically now your vet intercedes and has it on hand, and it's part of his profit chain, right?
All right, I'm gonna try it and see what happens.
Give it to the dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little more research on it, and then
you want to do that press pulse. You know, you want to use this in combination with some fasting and some. Listen to me, I'm gonna get charged with practicing veterinary medicine on a banned podcast. But it was a press pulse kind of deal. I don't want to speak to the protocols, but I'll send them to you.
Okay, yeah, please.
And it's nice. I would do for your dog what you do for a 150-pound man, including the ketogenic diet and the fasting and the fenbendazole use. There are some other things. It's not as simple as that, but the results are spectacular. I wouldn't keep funding when he comes back to the trough.
What animals does he test on? Did he test on dogs? I know that the Turkish guys he works with test on dogs, right?
They're doing it with people.
But originally they did do dogs?
There's been a lot that was done with dogs. I don't know with fenbendazole, but certainly with that was another thing. Hyperbaric oxygen is part of this too. See if someone has hyperbaric oxygen for a dog.
I'm not going that far. Listen, I'm not going that far.
Hey, you could sit in there with her and.
No, thank you.
Stories about the old country. I would.
I'm late. Is Greg now a Colombian drug lord?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Tyler Spindle, but dogs are carnivores, no carb rich dog food, just meat and eggs. My dog only eats raw food.
My wife's carnivore. And I think she could give a dairy cow, maybe a goat, a run for the money in lactation.
She's just producing like crazy.
Obvious difference in the amount of milk she's producing, eating steak with both hands every meal, as opposed to a balanced diet.
I think I work for a company that mined
Diatomaceous
earth. Thank you. That is used in so many products for filtering beers and wines to going into paint, and you can buy a GNC or lock coop for animals. I don't understand that post.
Yeah, I forget the diatomaceous earth connection here, but there is something that in cancer treatment too, I believe. Because diatomaceous earth is that powder that used to put in the old pool filters that had the discs of filter, and then you use diatomaceous earth in that for part of that filtration system.
Emily, I'm not going to read this just because I don't know, paranoid. But can you send me a link to it? Is it on? If it's on Amazon, will you send me a link?
Okay. Dawn is the potent glutamine inhibitor. Emily I have sent several people to Thomas through Emily, because she follows that side of things closer than I do. And she has all of Seyfried's protocols. I do too. I just haven't opened them up and read them.
How long is that? Is that a crazy read?
There's a lot there.
Olivia, I use Matuthine because my doc also said it was best because of diatomaceous earth. All right, good. All right. Hey, let me ask you this in defense of Rob Wolf. Someone said, just because of the lead thing, someone said to me that all salt has lead in it because it's brought up from the ground or some shit like that. And anything that stand out to you there that's like, yeah, well, maybe that's true, or
Yeah, I'm generally sensitive to that kind of thing, but people that have trouble with the truth. I mean, he was telling us for years he went to medical school.
And what sucks is it's also
checked with the medical school.
Yeah. What also sucks is in the same week or in the same month, they were also caught for having maltodextrin in their product when they said there was no sugar. And instead of admitting it, they defended it.
Yeah, and it was only a half a gram.
Sevi, let me know when you get a hyperbaric chamber at your house. I know. Wouldn't that be awesome? I would love it. Yeah, I want one too.
You introduced me to that, to the grandson of who was that? He's doing hypobaric.
Right. Hemingway? Is it Hemingway?
Yeah.
Not the writer Hemingway, but the actress Hemingway. Yeah.
No, she's the granddaughter.
Oh, of Ernest.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emily. Hey, that was great. I'm going to make that into a clip at the 45-minute mark. I made a note here. That was a great explanation of the relationship between Metfix and the methodology developed by Coach Glassman.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Listen. You want to be a Metfix affiliate? I'd highly recommend you take the level 1. Become a CrossFit affiliate, and then we'll show you the significance of taking that. And again, that's something the mothership HQ, Don Fall, is never going to do that. We're not going to hear anyone from CrossFit ever getting the okay to say that sugar is an essential part of this current wave of chronic disease. That no longer can be said. And I don't blame them for that. It's just they're running a different company than I ran. I had the luxury of being able to speak the truth, speak truth to power. And the current setup won't work. Not only will the current owners, whoever the fuck that is, I don't know. We sold this company to unknowns, set up with enormous legal effort to hide who the seller was, but I didn't really care because I was about to get crucified. The rest of the portfolio and the VC firm that holds this thing would rebel. How many guys from Kentucky Fried Chicken and Monster or whatever it is can you have in the portfolio that want one of your other holdings to be talking about sugar being a fucking poison? I understand. I totally understand. I don't expect the guy selling me snow cones to want me to stand around the snow cone fucking cart giving people lectures on sugar killing you. Right?
Yeah.
I remember when since he passed away, NFL great was asking me if he should quit steroids. And I'm like, well, they're not doing any good. And he says that what they do is they allow me to play Sunday and get beat up and play the next Sunday. I can recover from injuries that on Monday and Tuesday make it hard to walk. Whereas by Wednesday, Thursday, I'm feeling really good. By Friday, the bruise that was from armpit to mid-thigh is specking out into a tiny little, and on Sunday, I'm good to go again. Without steroids, that's a 3-week heal. So what should I do? I go, you got to keep taking steroids, dude, or you can eat dog food. How much money do you have saved? And not much. Yeah, this is your lot in life.
Eric Weiss, Sebi, can you show Greg the video from Carolyn Lambre? I could. Do you want to see something that's
look at it? Yeah, anytime. If you don't want to do it now,
it's only 15 seconds long. It's basically gonna make you say how happy you were that you sold CrossFit.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy. It's something I didn't want to do, and but I felt for everyone's sake I needed to, and it's been the best thing I've ever done. It's freed me in so many directions, and I have more money now than they gave me when I sold it. I've never made money as much. I never dreamed of making as much money not working as I did working. 60-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks, Sebi?
Yeah, 60 sounds ridiculous. It was way more than you didn't stop working. I never, in the 15, 20 years we worked together, I never saw you do anything besides work. So I don't know. You were the first one up and the last one to bet. So I don't
for
know.
all the female games athletes that I drugged, raped, and filmed and blackmailed them with. That was
I wanted to ask you this before I show you this clip. So yesterday I heard a story that CrossFit game and I was rattling my brain. Someone said yesterday that there's CrossFit Games athletes that have sued CrossFit and received money from CrossFit that based on like injuries and stuff, and that they had to sign NDAs. And I was thinking that never happened. There's only one game. Only the tranny was the only one that sued, right? The one that wanted to like compete in the man who wanted to compete in the women's division. But other than that, did you ever remember a CrossFit Games athlete suing CrossFit? I don't ever remember that.
That never happened.
That never happened, right? No.
So the attorney that defended us in the Chloe Johnson case, and in the end, we had to give $50,000 and walk away. And from an attorney that's charging $25,000 a week, right?
Yeah, he was definitely an ambulance chaser. That guy was a scumbag. He was Al Sharpton.
No. Oh yeah. I'm talking about Chloe Johnson. But our attorney that defended us against Chloe is one of Trump's super attorneys.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But Chloe's attorney was an ambulance chaser. Yeah, that guy was the Al Sharpton of attorneys.
I had a great deposition with him. He was clearly gay, and he says, what would get you to de-affiliate someone? And I said, well, if I found that CrossFit Palo Alto was just a gay bathhouse, I would remove the affiliation. And he says, because they're gay? I go, what are you suggesting? That would be repugnant. What do you take me for, you fool? Because we're in the fitness business, you fucktard. That was in deposition. I got my attorney kicking me under the table. He's going to you make some close fucking calls.
He was a black guy, wasn't he?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe I'm remembering him wrong. I just remember him I remember an Al Sharpton type.
Sharpton. His name started with a W.
Okay, so that never happened. That's not true. No CrossFit athletes ever sued and like for safety or something. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. Okay, this is I think this is a level 4 coach. She's been around a long time. Been a big supporter of CrossFit, and recently I think she's married to or dating a CrossFit Games athlete from 2023. She has a gym up in Canada, and I couldn't. There's this confusion, right, of what the athletes are somehow think that they're trying to figure out what their role is in the space. They've completely lost their way. But listen to this really quick if you can. Wait, let me see.
And I don't think that like I read comments on Instagram. It's like, oh, what have the CrossFit Games athlete done for the affiliates and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, that's why the open, like it has to be more affiliate friendly and stuff. And it's like, okay, but as an affiliate, what have you done for the CrossFit Games athlete? Like, shouldn't it be like a two-way street? Like if you're asking for things like, well, what have you?
Hold on. Let me go back a little bit further. Hold on.
And I don't think that like I read comments on Instagram. It's like, oh, what have the CrossFit Games athlete done for the affiliates and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, that's why the open, like it has to be more affiliate friendly and stuff. And it's like, okay, but as an affiliate, what have you done for the CrossFit Games athlete? Like, shouldn't it be like a two-way street? Like if you're asking for things like, well, what have you given? So like I'm an affiliate owner. Like I don't expect Jeff to do anything for my affiliate as
Hold on. That's good though, but hold on. Let me pull back a little bit more. There's this.
my expectation. People can still participate in the open, but the open can be organized so that the people who are trying to make a living out of this.
That's the line. She says, listen to this line here when she says, but the people who are trying to make a living out of this.
That's not my expectation. People can still participate in the open, but the open can be organized so that the people who are trying to make a living out of this don't get the short end of the stick.
She's referencing the athletes. When I heard that the first time, I thought she was referencing the affiliates. I'm like, oh, that's really sweet of her. She's saying the open can be organized by the people who are trying to make a living out of this. It doesn't fuck them. So you would think, oh, she's talking about the affiliates. They're the ones trying to make a living out of this. Then she goes on to say, what have the fucking affiliates done for the athletes? I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, this is like saying if you eat quarter pounders with cheese, you should be paying for McDonald's fucking retirement and setting up a retirement account in a college fund for his kids. Like, wait a minute, it's a fucking clown. That's what Matt Frazier and Fritch and all those guys were. Fucking clowns. Entertainment. The business, you know what's funny? They're huge games fans at IMG, WME IMG. Gabby loved the games. And I said, I want to sell it. Oh my God, we're so interested. And they all got excited. We're going to buy the games. Then the bankers and the grown-ups got involved. And they're like, yeah, listen, we looked at their vitals. And what we want is the affiliate program and seminars, not the games. Can't we buy that other thing? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell you the fucking business. I'm going to sell you my overgrown fucking. It's like Ronald McDonald took over the fucking company.
Do you remember when Jack in the Box blew?
I love bringing this out. I love bringing it up. Every chance I can, I will. But fucking half-witted Matt Frazier complains to three-quarter-witted Joe Rogan that he'd come to my house and I wouldn't even make a point of talking to him. And Joe, demonstrating his quarter missing wit, says after all the money he's made you, after all the monies, he didn't even have the decency. And the fucking guy, I had to spend $25 million so that he could take home 2 of it every year. and I owe him something. You know what? I had enough money. CrossFit was successful enough. I could take people of marginal talents, Woodlake, whatever, Tommy Marquez, people that had whose talents lived entirely in their heads, and convince them deeply and personally that they were broadcasters with exceptional talents. I was able to pay for that.
Yes.
And they came at me when they got held out on their own and realized they would have to live off those talents. And they realized, and everyone else realized, these were non-existent talents. There was nothing there. Look what we made a
Sean's gotten quite good. Sean's gotten quite good.
We made a sport out of fucking thruster races. And it left an entitled crowd thinking they were owed something. What I would have done when what's his name drowned, sorry about that, everyone. What a bummer. When he drowned, I would have shut the games down for 5 years in his honor. I would have. So help me God. I fucking promise you. We feel so bad. We can't even compete. I'm gonna every week at games, instead of the games, we're gonna wear black armbands and build a little bronze bust of this fucking guy. You know what the games athletes would have said? Fuck him. People drown. It doesn't matter. I promise
If you would have said that, if you would have said, I'm shutting down for 5 years, you'd be like, nah,
yeah.
not
If I shut the
We
Games
didn't like,
down for 5 years, they'd be like, what, for this fuck? He's Croatian, you idiot.
Greg, can you lift your shirt so I can see the thug life tattoo? That's some good shit.
Hey, I made the decision to be worse canceled than I was trying to fucking right this ship, you know?
Hey, do you remember when Jack in the Box blew up the clown? That was like they got rid of the clown.
Yeah.
Do you remember those commercials? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's basically like, hey, careful what you ask for. Like we can just blow up the games.
The clown's more to the center than ever before, though. And I actually like the clown and the food.
Yeah, I like the clown better now too. I'm glad they blew him up.
Yeah, first time I went with my mom, we went to Jack in the Box, and this is 50 years ago. We pull up the window. May I have your order, please? And my mom looks back, leans back, and I go, Mom, I want a breakfast jack. She goes, I am not talking to a clown. And she refused to. And we had to just sit through line and drive off. She wasn't going to give money to a clown, wasn't going to place her order with a clown.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I could make Jack in the Box commercials and Concept 2 commercials featuring my mom.
Hey, anyone who has kids, if you can hold off as long as possible before to go through a drive-through, you'll get a great reaction. I don't think I took my kids through a drive-through until the twins were 5 and Avi was 7, and they were their heads exploded when they saw you could order from a machine and then drive up to a window and food came out. They talked about it for a month after that.
First time Blake went to a drive-through and got a taco, he unfolded the paper and he goes, "What's this?"
That's like I remember the first time my kids saw cereal too. We never had cereal in the house, and they couldn't believe that there was food in a cardboard box. They could not get their head wrapped around it. They're like, "You just pour this out of the cardboard box?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like,
I took my kids in Portland to a Mexican restaurant for breakfast.
Yeah.
And no one there spoke English. Well, we got our food ordered, and when it came, Colleen says, "That's your comida, Daddy. Just eat it."
Oh, because her nannies were Spanish.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, the whole restaurant. We're the only English-speaking people there. So I had to I have dos carne asada tacos, And again, when it came, she says, "That's your comida, Daddy. Just eat it." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." It looked like food.
I'm getting dog advice already. This is great. People are texting me. Wow. Takes them to a Tesla coil once a month.
Oh, jeez.
What's a Tesla coil?
Yeah. Help your dog with some electromagnetic radiation. Hey, listen, everything I've made fun of, like all of the vast right-wing conspiracy that I thought was vast right-wing conspiracy, I've had to one fucking thing at a time. Wow. Huh. Okay. The vast right-wing conspiracy has been more predictive of the real world than has any media outlet I look at.
Which ones haven't been true?
I thought the January 6th thing might have been that, but I'm shocked to see what was behind this. Plausibility now has it so that whatever is being accused of the riot, I assume it's a projection. It's what the left's doing.
But here's the thing I don't understand. We had some great riot footage all year, right? We had great riots. We had great riot footage. If I held up a lemon and I held up an orange, I could see how a 3-year-old would get the two confused. But a 10-year-old's not. How could you think January 6th is a riot when you got to see Ferguson? Like, where's your demarcation line? Where's your line of it wasn't a riot?
Hillary, as Secretary of State, sells massive U.S. holdings of uranium mines to Russia so they can make weapons to nuke us. Suffers some heat for that out of the far right-wing conspiracy crowd. And then gets to go to her attorneys in Seattle. They were also my attorneys, and get the CEO of the law firm to start at DOJ an investigation of Trump for Russian collusion. How fucking perfect is that? She and her husband was giving bullshit speeches because he doesn't give good speeches because they had to be bullshit, but giving bullshit speeches in Russia and getting paid $500,000 a pop, speeches for which there was no transcript or video. $500,000. And so what does she do if in a tight election? Accuse your opponent of Russian collusion. It's all projection.
Wow.
Russian collusion? Yes, they did. A riot? You sure did. That's what you caused.
Right. Wow. It's that simple.
Election interference? I'll be damned. They did. They interfered with the election. Hunter Biden's laptop.
It's like
that was a big one for me because I knew that anyone with any kind of street sense knew that was real. That wasn't that there's not enough creativity in all of Russia to create a fiction that would look like that. Not enough creativity in the entire country to pull that off.
I want to sift through I really want that book. I wonder if that book's still around.
The Miranda Devine book? I can give you copies.
No, you gave me a copy of that. There is an actual book that Marco Polo.
Well, there's a link. There's a whole, it probably sits as a PDF. Is the book all QR coded? Because the nice thing about the Marco Polo site and the PDF is they're all active links.
He made a hard copy. Oh, is it off of fucking Amazon now? It was there for a day. Oh yeah, this book. It's the whole laptop. Look at. Yeah, there's only used copies now for sale. Wow, that was quick. This book. A complete history of the saw. It's 459 pages. It's like the whole book, like the laptop opened up into a book.
Yeah, but let me help you with something here. There were 5 or 6 laptops, and it was 11 terabytes of information, and very little of it wasn't. I'll be damned.
I wonder what the reviews say. Yeah. It would also be cool just to. I'm surprised someone's not selling the hard drive. Like you can't just go like, you know what I mean, and just be like, hey, here's Hunter Biden's laptop for $5,000. Amazing book, so many crimes, so much protection, history in the making. I bought one for all the libtards in my family for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, libtard.
I looked into printing it myself when these were out of stock, and it would have cost me $100.
You know what'd be great? You know what you could sell for a fortune is the material all downloaded onto a brand new laptop with a bow on it. And it's monogrammed Hunter Biden, you know, so you actually get his laptop.
Wow. That's some eBay shit. Look at this guy says fabricated garbage and poorly written.
Poorly written. I mean, the guy's so high on cocaine and he's getting a fucking foot job jerking off onto a pizza, and you're complaining about the quality of his writing.
Hey, I'm looking at this person.
You hear me? I want you to hear that. You see how silly it is to talk about something being poorly written?
Oh, it's crazy. That's not even the point of the piece.
Well, I don't expect degeneracy to come with any kind of rhetorical flourish.
Where is it? I'm buying this.
How many can you buy?
I'll try to get 2. You want one?
How many can you get?
I don't know. I have a feeling that's just that it said buying options only 1. I don't think that there's a lot of them. I mean, for a while it wasn't even around.
I get every good book I want that I know it's politically oriented. I get 10 to 20 of them. And I think I've been ID'd by Amazon as a book hoarder or a reseller or something.
Oh, they don't want you to. Why? Do they try to fuck with you?
No, they told me I got too much of a book and had to put some back.
Hey, there is I saw a story the other day. It was some musician basically saying, do you know the guy who made that song where he's just like playing, I forget what it is, but he's playing the
Yes.
guitar under a tree and it exploded. He basically said that they tried to, some big music labels tried to sign him. And he said
Yes.
that what they'll buy hundreds of thousands of copies of new songs that come out just to send the song to the #1 charts. And they'll
Yes.
ask you to write, like they were his the company that wanted him to sign wanted him right away to start complimenting Beyonce's new album, and he refused to. He's like, no, it's garbage.
Hey, look at this: deny, defend, depose. I was sent that by a mutual friend. And his comment was that it's not Richmond north of Richmond status yet, but almost 1K likes. Why don't we, on a risk of being inappropriate, why don't you play that?
Oh, yeah, I don't mind. Here we go. Have you heard it?
No, I haven't even played it, but I'm curious.
Okay.
The first world's first of our sickest nations. When men in gilded suits control our medications.
Good.
When there's no choice left, can you blame him for what he chose? Deny, defend, depose.
Hey, here's the thing. I think it's horrific that they shot that dude.
I do too.
And hey, and let me tell you why. These same fucking assholes. Sorry, I got triggered. These same fucking assholes that were pushing COVID and were part of the largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich in the history of the world are the same assholes now saying that guy deserved to die. It's like you fucking pushed the pharma scam, you assholes, and this guy fucking did nothing wrong.
Yep. Let me give you something that was analogous.
Hypocritical pricks.
Analogous and prior, and we've been here, we've talked about it. I maintain that if you do nothing about bullying, you're going to get one of these poor souls to show up at school with a gun.
Right.
And what was being done to the kids at Columbine was criminal. It was unethical. It was.
You mean the shooter? The shooter kid was bullied
for
too long?
The two shooters.
Yeah.
They were routinely beaten up, about which nothing could be done. Routinely. So they did something. This is like the pit bull that the kid goes down the street every day, hitting them with the stick through the fence. If one day the gate open, you have a mauling. Now, what do I do? Give the dog a bone and send him for a grooming? No, you put him down. But it's stupid to pretend like you don't see how that could drive someone to something horrific.
Right.
And so this little puke should spend the rest of his days behind bars, but I'm not numb to the frustration and the exasperation that people are feeling. Someone told me that the only insurance companies that pay out on claims are in Europe and the United States, and the rest of the world you collect premiums, but you don't pay anything, nothing. And this is why my friend in South Africa became a billionaire. And if all insurance, he's the overwhelming majority of insurance revenue in South Africa, because his company fairly and honestly pays claims. And that's not the only guy you can pay premiums to. It's just it's word is out amongst the people that can afford insurance at a fair market price. They know there's no one else that's gonna pay if your house burns down, you crash your car, you get lung cancer. One of the things that Trump needs to do on this second term is that full transparency. It needs to be a criminal offense to misrepresent what was charged and what was paid and to whom and by whom.
Oh, I'll never forget. One time we were talking about that the insurance thing. You know, like you would go to the doctor, and I got this thing from whatever our insurance company is from CrossFit, and it was like, your bill was $3,695, but we negotiated down to $800. And you started laughing. You're like, yeah, that's what I want you to do. fucking go strong arm my fucking doctor and negotiate the price fucking down. As if it mattered to me anyway, because I was just paying a monthly fee. Yeah.
They didn't pay the doctor $3,600, and they ain't gonna pay him the $800 you gave him. He's gonna get $4.
Yeah.
When Maggie we were going to a guy in Leucadia that was highly recommended by Shaka, and he was in private practice, though I could see on the wall he was faculty member at UC San Diego, and he's working out of this little 10x10 room, and he's a deadhead. He's got Grateful Dead memorabilia and a big head of white hair. His hair is worse than mine. And you could from there reach across, touch him, or over there and touch the stirrups or a bust of Jerry Garcia, all in this 10x10 room. And he was talking about the advantages of working with him. And he had said that, for instance, if you need an MRI, if I use your insurance, it'll be your copayment will be $1,500 or $2,000, your copayment, and you won't be seen for 3 weeks. If I send you over, me personally right now, with cash, it'll be $200. And I thought I was so turned off that I thought the dishonesty was his or the tech's. The deal is that your copay covers the cost of the MRI. They only get $200, so they'd rather take it from cash than from the insurance company. But nobody wants to know that. Have you ever seen you got a bill at the Pharma and they want $175? They apologize for the cost, but we can put it on your insurance. And you go like, I don't have my insurance card. Well, let's look it up. I don't have it. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's see here. And it finally comes down to the cash price, and it's $9.63.
Yes, I've had.
That's all the insurance company's paying.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a racket. And that effort by Trump for that full disclosure on what was charged and what was paid was resisted by everyone in the industry. It failed.
You and I have a friend who does a lot of lab work for hospitals and for the government.
Yep.
And when I hear the stories that this person tells me, everything's constantly a negotiation. Every bill you send is sent back. Nothing is what it appears to be on the front. Like you're like, okay, you wanted 1,000. You said you were going to pay this. Then the government comes back, or someone comes back, or the insurance comes back. No, we're not going to pay that. We're going to pay this. And it's like a fucking swap meet. Hey, you know what's funny? What the audience likes to do? Anytime I say something that they think you would disagree with, they'll be like, hey, what would Greg say? So yesterday I had this OnlyFans girl on who's going to Austin, Texas and looking for a date. And she came on the show for like an hour and a half, and she's got these big, huge, beautiful tits, and she's beautiful, doesn't wear a lot of makeup, natural beauty. And she was like taking people questioning, or she was interviewing people to take to Austin, Texas with her to go see Kill Tony. And so some of the people, I don't think Standy Randy liked the show at all. So now she wants Daddy Greg to beat me down. How does Greg feel about the Kill Tony segment?
I didn't see it.
I know, but I think it's funny that
about you having an OnlyFans girl.
No, just once a week, if I do something that they think that doesn't align with what you would do, you know what I mean? Like if I bought the wrong dog, they'd be like, "What would Greg say?"
Yeah.
they use my love and admiration for you to beat me down. Like you're not even here, and people are like imposing what they think you think on me. Heidi, I'm sure Greg loves good tits. I think Greg might love bad tits.
What can I possibly say?
Right. Yeah, natural beauty.
Nothing beat though drugging and raping and filming and blackmailing all the female games athletes.
Right.
Right, Tommy?
Don't waste Greg's time.
Oh, by the way, CrossFit's DEI promoted that.
Yeah.
It kept coming back to me, and I heard it from the DEI guys at CrossFit and gals. And so I hit up Don Fall. Me and Marshall will put an end to this immediately, I threatened litigation. I don't think they stopped, but they disavowed it.
Have you seen, speaking of DEI, have you seen like all those billions that the Biden administration spent on DEI? All those programs are now shutting down. Those were just handouts to victims, people who wanted to push the victim Marxist agenda.
Yes, the victim business.
All right. Great show. Thank you.
You're the best. Thank you, everyone.
So potentially, one thing I do want to say to people who are listening, the January 11th and 12th event has gotten very, very small. Would you, and Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, this is really just it's a beta test. It's Greg's first presentation on it.
Yeah, it's
And
a
so
dress
no one
rehearsal, dry run.
no one feel bad if you don't get to come to this. There will be plenty more. There'll be lots of good big parties at Greg's house, good 2-day events, critical thinking,
it's like this,
inoculation
everyone.
events. Yeah,
If
go
I
ahead.
fall flat on my face, you'll be glad you weren't there. If it's a success, there's going to be and I'll be glad you weren't there. The fewer people that see me fail, the better. What I'm doing is audacious. It's never been done before. I do not have the world's best qualifications for it outside of the fact I'm the only person that has the grasp of the material that I do and is willing to do it and maybe has the potential to make it accessible to a lay audience. And I have at my back the people that could do this and haven't been able to. Mostly because they're so fucking smart. They don't, and the problem is that the concepts, like what is science and how it's broken, is so profound that there's a dire need for someone to bring this to the general public. And what I've come to see in the doing of this is that the correction in education needs to begin at the 4th grade with the teaching of conditional probability and some fallacies, easy fallacies, especially around conditional probability. And so we're testing here to see if I can take super profound, essential even material and deliver it to a lay audience in the presence of the experts that have had trouble doing this. And so I have in my corner cheering me on the very people that have mentored me through this material around the world. And these are folks at Cambridge and the University of Sydney. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So it gives me a little bit of a confidence, but it's kind of like entering into a golf tournament, not knowing how to golf, with Tiger Woods in your ear telling you can do this, you got it, don't be afraid. And so here I go. But there are times where I'm kind of terrified at the audacity of it, and there's other times where I feel perfectly comfortable in it. And I'm looking for feedback, intimate enough in terms of like, did you really get it? And I don't want to be, oh my God, that was great, where it wasn't. And so I'm in my nervousness. I think 35, 40 people is a really good test run. And I would hope that I find success and that this can be expanded. And then I would like to sponsor people to come enough times that they could actually do some of the ups, deliver like I would do the opening and close, the intro and the path and plan forward part, and let the technical topics be covered by other people. I don't know if this rings a bell for anyone, but CrossFit and the level 1 had exactly these origins.
All right. Thank you. Very well said. Thanks, Greg. So
All right,
no one
everyone.
should feel hurt. It's not that you're not being invited to the prom. This is just like the setup. This is just like putting out the Kool-Aid. No one should be
We're
offended.
invited to the wedding. It's the dress rehearsal.
Yes.
And the
yes.
bride's not even sure she wants to marry me. So let's survive the dress rehearsal. And if she's still interested, then yeah.
All right. I will let me see our next show is on Christmas. Are you around Christmas?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to do it that day too.
So
you know, and on your timeline, it'll be right at the point where my kids have already ripped paper and taken their shit to their rooms and barricaded the doors.
Oh, perfect.
That's what Robbie did last year. She made a big pile of her shit on a blanket, drug it into her room, and then pushed the dresser against the door like a pirate.
Hey, do you guys have a Christmas tree yet?
Yeah, it's a fake ass one, and I fucking hate it.
I'm going to get one today.
We can't have one because it could burn the house down. So I hope the electrical one shorts out and burns the house down.
On the fake tree.
Fake fucking trees. I hate them.
I hate them too. I can't.
Dude, I hate a VRBO because they got fake plants.
Yeah, I don't like.
I'll put them all outside and water them.
Yeah. Really quick, can I see? Can you turn your computer? So I hear the ocean. Can you see the ocean from where you're at?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's an island out there, or is that a peninsula?
It's an island, but it's just a rock.
Wow, that's beautiful. And what's the temp there?
80 right now, 85 maybe, but we're under cloud cover, and you can get some 90 really fast, and I got no need for that.
Is the water warm?
Nice, really nice.
All right.
And the people are nice. It's Costa Rica's a great place. It's just that bad. And here's the thing, like I'm mission driven, but beyond teaching my kids and educating my kids and the public as to what science is and isn't, I don't have a lot of interest,
Yeah.
You should see how hard it is to buy my little girl a Taylor Swift book. It's what she wants,
Don't do it. All right. Love you, Greg.
All right. Love you,
I'll
dude.
talk to you later. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.
Smartest man in the world. Justin V. Greg's cool as hell. Yeah. Sevon, you should have a menorah, not a tree. Yeah, we'll have that. Graciano Rubio, I volunteer to go to the wokest colleges. Graciano, I hope I do see you on January 11th and 12th. Always great to see you there, and you are a man with a giant brain. I want to share a text message between my wife and I. She said to me, she sent me this yesterday. She said, should we get Avi a handheld tripod for Christmas? I forget what they're called, like a selfie stick. And I wrote back, this is what I wrote back to my wife. What? Question mark? Jesus Christ, Haley, you're a Jew and you don't know how to pick Christmas presents. It's not your holiday. It's good, right? A fucking get him a selfie. So what the? She wrote back. You want to know what she wrote back? Okay, Scrooge. Then she says, I just spoke to him and he wants, and she tells me what he wants. I don't know if he's listening to the show, so I better not say. And do you know what I said to her? I already got him that. And I never even asked him what he wanted. And she wrote back, show off. And I wrote, Father of the Year. And then she said, is your head exploding? And I said, it will tonight between your legs. And then I can't read the rest to you. All right. So there's that. I used to have a menorah in here. We have two menorahs. We have like the house menorah and a traveling menorah in case. Oh, here's my menorah. There you go. Yeah, I think that the menorah shit. I think that menorah stuff starts on. Actually, I think the first day is on Christmas or something like that. I asked her. I get boys presents every single day for. Is it Hanukkah? Whatever that holiday is where they get presents for like 10 days. I get them shit for every day. They love that shit. It's fun. My kids work so fucking hard. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yesterday, basically, from the second they woke up to 7 o'clock at night, they just trained all day. Just school for a couple hours when they wake up, and then it's just training all day. I took them. I can't even believe it. It's nuts. My 8-year-old Ari, my youngest 8-year-old, the youngest twin, said the other day, he's looking in the mirror, he's like, wow, I'm turning into a little Avi. He's getting all jacked and shit. Dan Guerrero, 162. I'm headed to 145. I think I'm going to be 145 pounds by the Open if I keep this up. 162 pounds. I can't even believe it. It's crazy. Went to the butcher again yesterday. Got 7 more ribeyes. Yeah, getting smaller by the day. It's crazy. And you know what's crazy? I don't know if it's all the creatine I'm taking, but none of my clothes are fitting me better. Like everything's still tight as shit. Oh, Ariel Lowen retired, huh? Ariel retired. That didn't surprise me. She's getting old. 145 for fuck's sake. No, I don't know. I haven't been 145 since college when I did a shitload. I did like a 2 month of MDMA, 2 months of MDMA. I haven't been that small since then. I don't know if I can get down to that. My back is massive. Like fucking, I have the back of a 400-pound bodybuilder. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my back. All these toes broken. It's been broken forever. Right on the outside of his toe, where the ligament attaches to his big toe. And the other day, I was working out, and he came out to the garage, and he's like, "Hey, are you using the rower?" And I said, "No." And I said, "But you can't use the rower. You have a broken toe." And he said, "No, I'm just going to put my toes up over the top." And he rode. He did, what did he do? He did, what did he do? He rode, and I want to say he did pullovers. I can't remember what he did, but I was pretty impressed. I saw 165 in 1986. Hey, Jeffrey, you should try this, what I'm doing. It's crazy. I forgot how potent this diet is. It's been a couple of years since I've done this. I'm just eating as much, like, there's always a ribeye on the stove. My wife's so cool. She always has a. Last night, she goes, "Are you hungry?" And I said, this was like at 8:30 at night or 9, whenever the the dating podcast was over. And I go, "No." And she goes, "Well, don't you think I should just make you a ribeye anyway?" And I'm like, "No, it's fine." And then I'm like, because I'd already eaten probably 2. And then she said, "Well, I'm just going to make one anyway for you." And so she made one for me, and it was just on the stove. And then I didn't eat it. But this morning, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So she made a ribeye last night, but she always just keeps a ribeye in a pan for me. And then I just, our backyard, our persimmon tree is just full of persimmons. And then I just go back there and pick persimmons. And it's just it's crazy. This morning, I couldn't even believe what I looked like in the mirror. Yeah, it's pretty rare. I think she does 7 minutes on one side, 7 minutes on the other side, and then 7 minutes back on the side or something like that. I don't know what she told me what she does, but it's at a pretty low heat. And it's all red and bloody inside. I eat all the fat. It's crazy. Went to the butcher to pick up meat, and the guy's like, "Where's your wife?" Every time I go in there, they say that. "Where's your wife?" Because she's usually the one that goes in there. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so good too. The food's so good. The ribeyes are great. I've been doing carnivore for 2 months. After my first 72-hour fast, I dropped to 162 from 170. I'm not even trying to lose weight. I'm taking so much creatine and so much citrulline. I'm taking powdered creatine, the gummies. I'm eating steak like it's crazy. How thick? It's pretty thick. It's thick. It's a thick cut. I'll take a picture of it. You know what I'll do? I'll take a pic. I'll show you the butcher I go to. I'll do a little something on my Instagram. I do. Yes, someone told me they do 5. Jesus, that's way too long. I do 3 minutes aside at 500 and let it rest for 5 minutes. Oh, just on the. Do you flip it over when it's so you do 3 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other side, and then you let it sit there for 5 minutes off? Do you flip it back over on that rest, Chase? I'll try that. My wife's game to do anything. My wife eats it like bloody. I mean, it's like. I did. I don't know if what did I do yesterday for a workout? Oh, yesterday I did squat, clean, and jerks. My back doesn't hurt today, but I can feel my spine. It's weird. It's kind of like on fire. It's like it feels warm. Excuse me. I just ate a donut an hour ago. Yeah, I do all my working out barefoot, even the double unders, which is brutal because I suck at them. It's brutal. I never wear shoes unless unless I'm going somewhere where it's going to be really cold. Shoes are just, I don't even understand how people put on shoes. I shouldn't say I hate putting on shoes. When I put them on, actually, I don't mind. Yeah, Standy, he does everything barefoot. Yeah, everything. Occasionally, it sucks. Occasionally, there's some yard work that's just stupid to do barefoot. I don't weed whack barefoot. There's some like trash things I do, because I have to climb into the trash can to hammer it down, to smash it down. I do that with shoes. I'm trying to think. When I cleaned out all the gutters the other day, I put shoes on for that. I put pants on for that. Usually I'm just in my long johns all day. That's all. I'm just in long johns all day. So, I thought you have landscapers. I have a gardener that comes every other Thursday, but they don't do any of the gardening. There's like a shitload of gardening that needs to be done at my house every day. Minimum, you have to spend a half an hour in the yard, and in the winter, spring, summer, in the fall, in the winter, spring, in the spring, you have to be in the yard 2 hours a day, or else it'll get completely overgrown and just crazy. So I do all the weed whacking. They basically just mow the lawn and they blow shit around. You know what I mean? Because I have like 6 redwoods on the property. So there's so much debris on my property. So they have to gather all of that. And right now the property is a complete disaster because I cleaned out the gutters. I don't know how to clean out gutters. So basically what I did is I went up there with the leaf blower and I would just scoop some up and then put the leaf blower in the gutter and it would blow out a chunk. Then I would use my hand to scoop that first scoop to lift up that first chunk of goo. And then I would leaf blow it, and then like 4 feet of shit would fly out. So now my whole entire house is surrounded by debris. I mean, tons of debris. Oh, you should flip the script and wear shoes for sex, just the shoes. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no bucket and no gloves. I just put my hand in there. I must have pulled out 20 Hot Wheels out of the rain gutter. That's something Hot Wheels and balls, just all sorts of balls, tennis balls, rubber balls, just all the shit my kids throw up there. So that's it. I don't row with shoes. I don't ride the assault bike with shoes. I'm trying to think if there's anything I do with shoes. I was the other day when I was practicing my double unders, I was very tempted to put shoes on. I don't handstand walk. Why do your kids throw cars on the roof? Who the fuck knows, dude? Who the fuck knows? If I were to ask them if they did that, they'd be like, I don't know, once, maybe. Kids are like fat people around food. Like you could ask them like how many pieces of bread they had and they'll be like 1, but they ate like 6. They don't even know. Edge? No, no, the gardeners do the edging. Dude, invest in the guards for your gutters. It saves tons of time in the long run. You mean they go over the top of the gutters? But then, dude, here's the thing. You're talking about what are gutter guards? Here's the thing. The problem with gutter guards is then when you want to clean your gutters, you have to spend the time taking them off. Right? Gutter guard. Yeah, I don't know if that's a smart thing to do, gutter guards. How would you clean your gutters then? You won't need to clean them with the guards, Smarty. I doubt that. I doubt that. Jesus, really? More drones last night, like 10, all flying in a pattern really low. Have you guys seen this video that Andrew Hiller made on Erica Folo? I'm gonna get her on the podcast. Maybe even tomorrow. It's crazy. It's crazy how many views this thing has already. Oh, it must be cold in Chicago. Erica Folo's video has 54,000 views already in 2 days. The Hunter situation has gotten out of control. Oh, what's going on here? Hunter High Rock situation has gotten out of control. Oh, I hadn't. Did Hiller do another video? Hold on. I really should go. I'm hungry. I couldn't believe it that I weighed 162 this morning. We'll come back to that in a second. I keep hearing about this Instagram post that. Okay. Let's watch some of these. See what's going on here.
Old ladies alone, you fucking asshole. Suck it, Andrew Hiller, you piece of shit. Well, Andrew Hiller, that screaming piece of shit. The Hiller thing is in a competition setting. Augustus, shut the fuck up. It's a 65-year-old woman. You're a fucking prick, dude. And I mean every single word that I just said. Leave these old ladies alone, you fucking asshole. Suck it, Andrew Hiller.
That's a great video. Okay, what's this?
But before I have a nap, I thought I would call who I would say, not arguably, he is. He's currently the best high rocks racer in the world. His name is Mr. James Kelly. But before I have a nap, I thought I would call who I would say, not arguably, he is. He's currently the best high rocks racer.
True. I don't know if that's true. That's not true. No, fake news. No, Hunter's the fake news. Jesus, Hiller's really. This is incredible promo. This is incredible promo for High Rocks. Wow, High Rocks should pay Hiller. Holy shit, this is crazy. If you haven't seen the Erica Folo video, you got to see that. But I want to see what the fuck's going on here. This 4 minutes ago. Well, let's see.
He's alone, you fucking asshole. Suck it, Andrew Hiller, you piece of shit. Wow. Well, Andrew Hiller, that screaming piece of shit. Wow. The Hiller thing is in a competition setting. Augustus, shut the fuck up. It's a 65-year-old woman. You're a fucking prick, dude. And I mean every single word that I just said.
The other day on Instagram, you may have seen Hunter McIntyre throwing some crap at me.
Andrew Hiller is the biggest heckler on the planet.
Calling me one of the biggest hecklers on the internet and saying, what value do I bring sitting in my garage? And the value that I would say that I bring from my garage is clarity. And for anybody curious about that, he himself asked me to make that video.
You can screen grab that and post it on your channel. You're a prick.
Or at least that's how I took it. Now, I do love...
Oh shit. That's a funny line, right? Or at least that's how I took it. Wow, this is good. This is going to be interesting. God, I hate it when my friends fight. But it's so fun. Boy, this is going to bring a lot of heat to Hunter. It's going to be fun. I think more people than ever will be interested in watching Hunter compete at High Rocks next time. It's almost like they're doing it on purpose, like they have a handshake and a deal. I love it when Hiller weaponizes his tism. I'm with Hunter. Leave the old people alone. Oh, please. Shut the fuck up. You too, Standy. Get a room. No, I didn't pick a side yet. If Hunter wins, I'll be on Hunter's side. If he loses, I'm on Andrew's side. Jesus, you guys are weak. Who cares? Listen, he's not, who cares if he's picking on the old people? Jesus criminy. Next, you're going to say don't pick on the Jews or the blacks or the Mexicans. Oh, geez. And then this tired argument. Justin V. Can Hiller do better at high rocks than Hunter can do a CF? Oh, sorry. I misread that. That's an interesting question. Yeah, I need to get Hunter on. I've been trying to get Josh Bridges on. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I'll send Josh a text right now. I don't think Josh is a huge fan of either. I sent Josh a text just now, bumping the thread up with some times for him to come on the show, and I put Josh ! And I bet you within minutes he's going to text me back and be like, "Don't raise your voice to me. I'll slap the shit out of you." Or he'll say something like that. It's coming. So what's that medicine I should get my dog? That's the Dawn version. Isn't his wife pregnant? Yeah, Josh is going to have another kid. Number 3. I know we need an update on Gary. Okay, fine. I'm going to send Gary a text now too. Gary Roberts, Souza, Gary, we would love to have you back on the podcast. Maybe he's not allowed to come back on. I wonder what's going on. What's going on with Gary's Instagram? Gary Roberts. Gary Roberts. Oh, I don't even follow him. Oh, there we go. Oh, shit. Gary hasn't posted on Instagram in 3 years. Wow. Okay. Interesting. His wife killed him. I don't want to rule it out. Pan cure for your dog. Yeah, that's what I got. Leave the old people alone. Sure, let's just take away standards from CrossFit Masters too. People are soft these days. I don't even think he's being mean to them. That's the thing. I don't see it as I don't see it as mean. What like who actually cares? Who actually cares if Hiller is saying that you didn't squat below parallel? I just don't understand why anyone I mean, I enjoy it for entertainment value, but why do you care? Like, why would you be upset at that? I don't get it. I don't even know how to process it. I understand, so there's 2 arguments. I understand, if you're doing a competition and you did well and he calls you out on that could hurt your feelings. And I understand Danny Spiegel's concern. I think one of Danny's concerns, which I think is valid, is that people are going to judge her more harshly, meaning the actual live judges at the event, because Hiller's drawn so much attention to the fact that people aren't judging her accurately. So people may go over the top in judging her, and that might fuck with her. I don't think that's happening, but I don't think she's batshit crazy for thinking that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's happened. So those 2 elements I kind of get. But you know who I'd be, when they had that weird judge at Rogue that one year, no one was criticizing the athletes. They were criticizing the judge. It's the judges who should be like, feel like they're not doing their job. But I see is what Hiller is doing is just pure entertainment. Like, I like it. Yeah, I'm not doing gutter. Sorry. God, I'm addicted to YouTube clips on what's going on in the world. It's crazy. If you don't want extra scrutiny, stop cheating reps. Well, even people who aren't cheating reps are getting scrutiny. Well, how about if you don't want scrutiny, don't exercise with the camera on you? I'll handle baby beasts udders. Cole, Spiegel and big old titty lady need to team up. Hell of a team. Is Cole new here, like in the last 6 months? What a nice addition. Add mistletoe injections and CBD into your dog's treatment. Look into it. Really? CBD? Mistletoe injections? What's a mistletoe injection? Guys, I think Hunter's okay with all of this. Hunter talks mad shit, but doesn't like people talking shit about Hyrox. I think he's good with it. Yes, sir. Love it. Awesome. Well, nice to have you. I thought you were going to be predictable, but you're not. Solid. Just look into it. Oh, missile. Okay, fine. Hold on. Mistletoe injections. Mistletoe injections are a complementary alternative medicine therapy that involves injecting extracts from the mistletoe plant into the body. It's a semi-parasitic plant that grows on many types of trees. Typical injected 2 to 3 times a week for weeks, 2 or 3 times a week for weeks or years. Not available in the United States. Can I get that on Amazon? Can you get mistletoe at Amazon? Mistletoe injections. Can you get injections on Amazon? I see drops. Can they do drops, or does it have to be injections? Olivia, can it be drops, or does it have to be injections? How to heal your dog using the internet chat. Mistletoe alcohol-free liquid extract. Does it have to be an injection? Olivia? Hello? I wear mistletoe around my waist. Oh, shit. All right. I've started rebuilding my live call-in notes again. You guys want to hear Caleb's doing Caleb Beaver's doing voiceovers on the internet now. You can do drops, but the injections are more efficient. Okay. Yes, this is Caleb. Listen to this. Listen carefully. You'll hear Caleb's being one of the voice for one of these characters. He got a little side gig.
I heard there's a song about me. Why don't you put it on? I'm curious to hear it.
I don't think you're going to want to hear it.
Max, just put it on. Put the song on.
It's not very nice.
Max,
Are you sure?
put it on.
Okay.
Isn't that incredible? Caleb Beaver doing voiceovers for cartoons.
Heard there's a song about me. Why don't you put it on? I'm curious to hear it.
I don't think you're gonna want to hear it.
Max, just put it on. Put the song on.
It's not very nice.
Max,
Are you sure?
put it on.
Okay.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That's me.
You're a fugly piece of shit.
What?
You bring bendy straws to bathrooms because you like the taste of piss, Mr. Grinch.
Hey, Andrew Hiller should sing this song to Hunter. He should switch it to Hunter. Wouldn't that be good? Or Hunter should do it for Hiller. Anyway, congratulations, Caleb. I hope you're not going to become too big time for your animation voiceovers to do this show. I hope you'll remember where you got started. I'll leave that here so we can celebrate that next time Caleb Beaver's on. Saturday, $3,000 for Kill Taylor. Listen, a Christmas Day could be crazy. Greg might be on the show, and Greg will be on the show, and then we'll do Kill Taylor. And I have a feeling Kill Taylor will be $4,000 on Christmas morning. I don't know the details, but no one's going to win this week. So we'll do 2 shows on Christmas morning. I don't know if the games are in Albany. Where would I go for that? I had heard rumors that there was a semifinal in Albany. I did not hear I'm still on Mistletoe injections. I don't see them on Amazon. I did not hear that the games were going to be there. Oh, Fraxini injections of mistletoe extract. Wow, that shit is fucking expensive. $242. I have to order it from the UK. Visit website. In stock. Anoba viscum. I feel like whatever I'm feeding my dog, I should change it. Even though we just feed it raw food. Albany sucks, 0 vibes. But I kind of like it. It's like a tired old town that just didn't. I don't know if I'm going to the games. Pat says if I'm going to the game, if it's in Albany, I'll finally get to meet you. That would be cool. I really like the hotel I stayed in when I covered the semifinals. Okay, let me see if I can get let's see if we can get Hunter on. We'll see. Hunter, Hunter McIntyre. Hunter, when can we have you back on? Greg is launching hand grenades in every direction. Oh shit. I wonder what. So I got so many fucking things going on. Also on Friday night, don't forget, is that tomorrow? No, tomorrow's Thursday. Binge Bros. It's one word, the Binge Bros. Go to that YouTube station. Andrew and I have a killer show. Don't listen to anyone who says it's not good. If you're watching Dexter and the new season, you have to see this show. And Andrew's actually been sending me some notes and not even notes, some of his thoughts. And it's crazy, dude. The guy is a Oh, shut it. Oh, shut it. Send me a picture of your tits and shut up. Standy gave me the yawn emoji. He's a fucking genius. Andrew keeps rolling the Binge Bros open by accident. Oh, good. When are you doing something other than Dexter? I don't know. We're just warming up. We don't really know what we're doing, but we you know what's funny? I'll tell you something about that. So we did the first show and we didn't talk afterwards about the show. But then after we did the second show, me and him were like on the phone and it was like we were both smoking a cigarette, like we just had sex. I was like, fuck, that was good. He goes, yeah, that was good. I go, God, I was fucking worried that first show we did was shit. And he's like, he basically agreed. It was like our first date went fucking horrible, but the second one was amazing. It was good. Do movies so it's different weekly. Don't give a fuck about Dexter. Yeah, I know that, and that's fine. But he got me into Dexter, and I'm really glad I got into it. It's kind of like the cult of Dexter, and I'm almost done with fucking season 7 or 8, the last season of the original Dexter. It's so fucking stressful. I'm so glad it's over. I'm not gonna pick any of the shows. I'm gonna let him pick them. He's or the movies, because he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just watching them. I can't even I have to take notes because I don't remember anything right after as soon as I watch it, it's gone. So, and it's cool because he can get really analytical into this stuff, and I like hearing it. It's fun. So, yeah. Anoba viscum, mistletoe extract from Great Britain. It says it's an injection. I wonder what that means. Does that mean it's going to come in one of those little bottles like that peptides comes in? Can you get that in the United States, Olivia? Where should I order that from? One place I see that has it's in the UK. Holy shit. Here's a $500 order of it. Man. That's expensive shit. How do you know if it's actually even the real shit? Do you work with an alternative vet in Santa Cruz? No. I feel like my vet is the furthest thing from alternative. Mullein drops, lung cleanse, leaf extract, powerful mullein. I think my wife's going to be happy if I do this. My wife is really bothered by the death of the dog. Like, I'm not going to be bothered until the dog's dead. But like, my wife is like already like last night when we watched TV, she didn't sit with me. She sat with the dog. You know, that kind of shit. So she'll probably be happy. So I got the dewormer and I got the mistletoe extract. All right. Cole, give your dog some BPC 157 and grow a new dog from the existing one. Yeah, this is true, Bernie Gannon. Sevon, you have to introduce Hiller to some of the great pre-2010 movies. He doesn't recognize movies created before then. Yeah, he's told me that too. He does not. That's true. CrossFit, I assumed in Santa Cruz they asked your dog its pronouns. That's true. Fair assumption. Janelle Winston, Haley feels that way because she's a mom. Ooh, that's a good sign. My ribs are a little Oh shit, that's not a good sign. The jiu-jitsu instructor came over and the dog didn't bark. What should I say to my wife to console her? She hasn't barked at him in a couple years. I don't even know if that's true. I'm just saying that to my wife to make her feel better. Let's see. She's responding now. Oh, I knew she'd have a comeback. What should I say to my wife? It's okay. I am getting medicine to save the dog. Don't put her in her crate anymore. All right. I can't talk about the dog. I start to get emotional. No, I didn't fix the windows. The windows still have holes in them. No, yeah. Vindicate. Honest question: are you saving the dog or prolonging the inevitable? I'm not interested in like saving the dog. Like, I know that sounds fucked up, but I'm not like. Greg had this same dog, same situation. You can only guess how much money he probably put in to try to save his fucking dog. I'm just. I knew the Borbals have a really short lifespan. Oh, my wife just said, I don't think she can be saved. Should I write back? I know. Yeah, I don't think she can be saved either. I mean, what do you mean by saved? It's a dog. She lived a good life. It's life. The cycle of life. Okay, enough fucking dog talk. Fucking lose my shit here in a minute. Let's talk about George Floyd. All right. Look at even David. God. Even David got all fucked up. They don't even respect dogs in Spain. Okay. Oh, so what's going on today? I did. You guys know that one of my guilty pleasures is all things Lauren Khalil. I did see that she was on the Glinton Things podcast yesterday. I haven't had a chance to watch this yet.
Dude, happy birthday.
Yeah,
that was the
happy
thing
birthday.
that's crazy. It was a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday. So I had a great day with family, and my 4-year-old nephew had a.
Oh, hold on a second. These are the comments from an excellent episode, so wide-ranging in terms of topics. Garrett and Colleen, good questions. Listened while working. May even run it back. Thanks.
It's like holidays and birthdays and stuff like that.
I love this content. You ladies are the best.
Back like every week or every other week. Normally,
I don't even understand that.
or there'll be something going on. So when I'm
Yeah.
So there's that. And then I remember in college when me and my girlfriends would go to a bar or go to a club, we had the code. We would like be on the dance floor. You can't really see. And do like a big C for creeper if somebody weird was dancing behind us. And then like the other friends would like shift over and move in. So like the guy couldn't get to the girl.
That's funny.
Hey, listen, women have to have code. You have to have code word too, though.
Name.
Right.
Yeah, I can barely remember your first name.
On each other. So
I told my sister that same weekend that I met her for the first time, if I ever say like, hey, I want to get married, please punch me in the face. And then
Look at Colleen's eye makeup. And she got the braids. Wow. Heavy eyelids. Look at Colleen there. Damn, that's some nice hair. All right. What is Bella Martin gonna do at Mayhem? What are you talking about? Tell me more. David means, who is Bella Martin gonna do it, man? Where do I go for that? Oh, she's moving there. Miss Bella Martin. I don't see anything on. Oh, there's a picture of her and Bailey Rail. Isn't that a Mayhem person? Nothing in her story. Is that a Mayhem jersey? What is this? This is 5 days ago in New Zealand. I don't see any Mayhem stuff. Isn't that Bailey Rail, or is that, who is that? Who are the girl? Oh, is that a Weiss sister? How come I can't tell the Weisses and the Bailey Rails? I can't tell the Weisses or from the Rails. Take out the belly button ring and we're good to go. All right. How come she doesn't? Oh, Sauce Girl Media. What's this? Oh, Jesus. That's one of the Invictus girls. Oh, that's a Weiss girl. That was the girl at Crash, right? I need to have one of those. I need to have one of those girls on the show so I can start being able to distinguish between them all. Do those girls all look the same to you? I mean, not look the same, but like they have the same skin color. Like it's like they all have perfect skin. Bailey Rail, Weiss A, and Weiss B. What are the Weiss girls? Allie Weiss. Don't tell me. I'm gonna know. Don't tell me. Allie Weiss. Fuck it, I don't know. Oh, it starts with a B? Oh, Brittany Weiss. Oh, I like that. That was nice, you, Christine. Yeah, I know that name. Brittany Weiss, Allie Weiss, and Brittany Rail. Brittany Weiss. I better write this down just so I can see it with my eyeballs. Allie Weiss. There's two. Oh, that's why it's so confusing. There's two Brittany's. Brittany Rail. All right. I don't know what it's. And they got the same, like, nice skin. They're pretty girls. All right. I don't see any signs of Bella Martin going to Mayhem. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, maybe is it on the Mayhem Instagram? Bailey Rail. Fuck. Mayhem. I wish when Greg spoke about Matt, he didn't lump Rich and Matt together. Really don't like that at all. What is this? To be a good father.
People want to focus on things. They want to focus on glitz and glamour and what the shiny object is in front of you. But at the end of the day, especially when you reach the end of life and you look back, people aren't talking about what they amassed or what they succeeded at, unless it has to do with family. At least for me, it's core to who I am. The main goal of my life is to be a good father and a good husband. People want to focus on things. They want to focus on glitz and glamour and what the shiny object is.
I don't understand that at all. Oh, here we go. Guy Malheros, Jesus.
Just start and have a connection straight to God. Don't go by what people told you, what a pastor told you, what your friend told you, what your parents told you. Just go to a room, close your door, and say, hey, God, do you exist? If you do, show me.
While retirement for athletes occur, when their why becomes smaller than what they're doing. And their why becomes smaller than their workouts that they have to do. And that's the point they start feeling burnt out and they're like, I can't do this. I'm kind of done. I don't want to do anymore. So is there questions for us to actually answer to help figure out a why? What matters most? Who's important in your life? What are your core values? What does that mean? Write out your 10 commandments that you're living by. Reevaluate them every 12 months. Why is CrossFit important to you? Specifically around your sport or role. Why did you choose it? Why is it important to be resilient in training? Who do you visualize will be proud of you in victory? This is your why. It's how you develop your why.
Oh, Austin Hatfield.
Hey, Snitch.
How tall are you?
About 8.
Cowboy boots and boots.
How's that? I thought I was on 4.
How come Austin Hatfield always has this look on his face? It's like, hey, I seen your sister naked. It's like he used to sleep with your girlfriend, but it's a secret between him and your girlfriend and him. I go to bed every night thinking, holy shit, I'm such a fucking good dad. Thank you, God, for making me the world's greatest dad. I never want to go to bed with like, fuck, I should have done more with my kids. I mean, it happens once in a while, but I make sure at least like fucking 100 times during the day when my kids ask me to do something and I don't want to do it. Like my first gut reaction is just like, can't you see I'm eating a ribeye and on the phone with Matt Souza? That I'm like, I got to go, bye. And then I go do it. Yeah, same. I just want to go to bed every night being like, yeah, I gave it my fucking all for those fuckers. That's it. That's it. So easy to sleep at night if you know if you're doing the right thing for your kids. So fucking easy. Oh, here we go. Information rolling in. Oh yes. Okay, so I guess Bella Martin has been hired by Mayhem, the Mayhem Empire. She's now part of the Mayhem Empire. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, it's on Twitter. I don't think there's any photos of. I was trying to think if there's any photos of me anywhere on the internet with my shirt off. I was just looking at just like every photo of Bella Martin, she's naked. I think one time Andrew posted a picture of me, but like I'm hidden, thank God. And all you can see is like some tufts of hair. And then I think my wife has posted some videos of me playing Frisbee on the beach. Jesus Christ, I panic every time she does that. Fucking panic. But they're usually far enough away. You can't see what a tub of shit I am. Yeah, that's my goal. That's Mike. That's my goal. My goal, when people are like, so what are your goals for the Open this year? My goals are that I can maybe do 1 or 2 of the workouts with like a sleeveless shirt on and not look like a jackass. That's what I'm going for. No, I do not need to be free of shame. Listen, if you come to Newport Beach and if you want to see me naked, come to Newport Beach. I'm fucking at the beach every day there, popping the top, walking around naked. How much does Grant need to donate for you to take your shirt off? What's your price, you little whore? What's your price? No. I'm like naked. I'm like, no, do you keep your shirt on when you do it? No, I fucking make Haley look at me all the time. Walk around. Listen, we have one of those. Listen, I'm a barefoot guy. We have one of those houses where, like, if I turn the shower on and I'm naked and I'm waiting for it to heat up, I'll go hang out in the kitchen with everyone, make them stare at my fucking disgusting, fucking half bear, half man body. Talk to the kids, my wife. You know what I mean? Pour myself a glass of water, take some vitamin C, like do some like just couple minutes of you know what I mean. Fill the Berkey up with water naked, just shit like that. Someone wears a white T-shirt in the pool. Yeah, I was that kid. Yeah. So there. You look like one of those little bug things from Men in Black. I don't know what that is, but yeah. All right, I'm done. What the fuck picture is this? Look at this picture. This chick looks like a saltwater fish. Is that a Mayhem athlete? Who is that? Doroko. Doesn't she look like a saltwater fish? Like, one of those trippy saltwater fish? Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Yeah, girl. Better. This is a crazy photo. Hey, dude, she has straps on and a snatch. Am I seeing that right? That's no bueno, right? You can't do that. I'm not talking about the legality. Isn't that dangerous? South American ginger adaptive. Oh, is that why she has to have the strap on? Is she missing a hand? Yeah, doesn't she look like one of those saltwater fish in the tank? Like you walk by and you're like, what the fuck? Let me get a little closer look at that fucking thing. Leg? She has something up with her leg? Yeah, she got a great body. God, Mexicans with red hair, awesome. Her and Canelo should have a kid. Is being white in South America a disability? Oh shit. Okay, canceled. Yes. All right. Yeah, Hiller only makes fun of old people. We make fun of it. I wasn't making fun of her. Saltwater fish are the coolest. Only the cool people with a lot of money can have saltwater fish. All right. So we got Hunter, Josh Bridges, Erica Folo. Is there anyone else we got lined up? I've lost my identity. I don't even know what I don't even know what this show's about anymore. Oh, I'm going to go on Dr. Tro's podcast on Friday. Holy shit, Friday is going to be busy. My dad's coming home from Armenia. Does Pedro is Pedro doing anything today? How do you where do I go? I go to Coffee Pods and Wads. Oh man, that last podcast he gives is the gift that keeps giving with Lambre. Crash Crucible, no. Live scheduled. Okay. No, he's got nothing scheduled. Okay. What about get with the hey, did when Sousa went on, I didn't see Sousa's podcast yesterday. When Sousa went on with JR, did they play the Carolyn Lambre clip too? Did we double up on that? Get with the programming. They have a show today at 10:30 a.m. Okay, so they're going live today, analyzing the programming. First Form Legends Championships. Maybe I can get Dave to come on Sunday night. Wouldn't that be a fun show? Ask Dave to come on Sunday night. Okay. I think I need some new affiliate videos. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. The source is called darkness. Darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. Love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
When I opened my gym, I knew I was going to be training with the boys all the time. I was going to get jacked and just be lifting 24/7. Let me show you how it's really going.
Tobias, the toilet's clogged.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tobias. Somebody needs help with their membership.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Hey, Tobias.
Yeah? What's up?
I know I don't have my strict pull-up yet, but can you help me get a bar muscle up?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Okay, it's 9 p.m., so if I get home, shower, eat, I can be in bed by 11, and then be back here at 4:15 a.m. Let's go. This is the 4th time today that I've had to clean shit off the toilet. You guys have to get a different pre-workout. I knew owning a gym, I'd get to buy all the cool equipment I want. Check out this awesome $700 table. Another person asking for a refund 3 weeks after their draft has come out. You know the cancellation policy, John. Oh, Carrie, 5 minutes late but had time for Starbucks again, huh? Thanks, Carrie.